Hey. Hey. Is that old dog Trey? That sounds like old dog Trey to me.
Pardon?
You know, Stephen Foster. Oh, Susanna. Camptown Races. Stephen Stinkin' Foster.
Oh, yes, well, this happens to be a nocturne.
Which?
You know, Frederick fucking Chopin.
Watch them lovers out on parade. Watch them lovers while they slip and slide. They gonna prove it to the big sky country. They're just gonna prove it while the whole world collides. Yeah, like hallelujah in the big sky country. Just like forever and ever is wide. Be just like lovers, and love is why when we hold over till the big sky country, we be kissing time, kissing time goodbye. Big sky country.
Yeah, buddies, the Ron and Fez Show, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. I'm Ron, there's Fez.
Hiya, buddies. Welcome to the show today. Hank Aaron says he won't be there when Barry Bonds breaks his home run record. Aaron says he's had enough of it, doesn't want to answer any more questions about it anymore.
What a big fucking baby Hank Aaron has been his entire life. I'm going to tell you the truth. I met that guy, and he was so off-putting that he should have been Neil Armstrong. He was Neil Armstrong and Hank Aaron are two guys that have no idea how to act in public with what they did. Joyless. Joyless is the only way to describe that Hank Aaron. There is something that you're supposed to do in the United States of America. When your record is broke, you show up like a gentleman, and you pass the baton. That's not too much to ask. Earl, where are you on this Hank Aaron thing?
I think he should show up. He should be gracious about it. I mean, he's held the record for what? Over almost 30 years. Over 30 years. 30 years.
And he was the one who cried like a baby because everybody wasn't nice enough when he got the record. Why would you be the one guy to see what fucking Bonds is going through and not do the right thing?
And he's an even bigger hypocrite because remember, he was the one that bitched when Bowie Kuhn wouldn't show up for him tying and breaking the record,
right?
Too. I mean, and this wasn't like...
I'm telling you the truth about Hank Aaron. He's went through his entire life with a red ass. Nothing has been good enough for Mr. Diaper Rash, Hank Aaron. You know what? I can't wait till I see him again. You know what I'll say? Hank, what happened to that record of yours? And he doesn't have one ring, does he?
He has one ring.
Fuck, that pisses me off. I thought I had a follow-up for him.
See, I don't think he should show up at all. I don't see why he should go when there's a steroid freak basically stealing the record from him.
Is he a doctor? Does he know anything about the steroid thing?
No.
Is Bonds still in baseball?
Yes.
Has Hank Aaron made his whole fucking any dollar he's ever made in his life thanks to baseball? So your problem is either with baseball itself, and then don't fucking show up for anything, or saying, yes, I respect baseball, they kept Bonds in the game, and I'm going to show up and salute it. You're doing it for the game and for the fans, not just for the guy who breaks it.
And it's just being a good ambassador for the game.
That's exactly what his position is supposed to be right now.
I mean, he's still one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He still has the home run record. He has the RBI record. Be gracious, show up and say, hey, look, congratulations. It's not an easy record to break.
But he's someone who earned it. Bonds, there's a question on if he earned it.
If there's a question, Fez, why is he still in baseball?
Because the investigation's still going on.
Then your problem is with baseball. And then he shouldn't show up with anything in baseball in it. And not just this one guy. It's just fucking... Again, it's not his fucking position to act like, I know what is going on and I'm going to wait for the investigation. Rise above that, and if years later they fucking attack him or take the guy's record away, you could say, like, it's got nothing to do with me. Because it really has nothing to do with him. He's a fucking pain in the ass and always has been. Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie, buddy.
Yeah, buddy, what's happening?
Keith Olbermann last night did a little thing on celebrating a monkey's birthday, and on the bottom of the screen it said none other than Monkey House.
Yeah, Keith Olbermann, we got an email from his writers. They love to put like little Ron and Fez phrases in the show. The last one is this that he picked up on.
When Monkey House rocks, he rocks a fat ass. When Monkey House rocks, he rocks the D-zippers. When Monkey House rocks, he rocks the D-zippers.
Because they had done something on America's Rose, and then, they'd put Satellite of Love up there before, and now it's...
When Monkey House rocks, he rocks a fat ass. When Monkey House rocks, he rocks a fat ass.
I want to try to get him to pick this one up.
When Olbermann rocks, he rocks a fat ass. When Olbermann rocks, he rocks the D-zippers. When Olbermann rocks, he rocks the D-zippers.
Maybe Keith will just use this as he comes in to do his show.
When Olbermann rocks, he rocks the D-zippers. When Olbermann rocks, he rocks the D-zippers.
Hey, if they think they like us, where do they hear J-Dubs and El Jefe? They're going to love those guys because basically they're doing their format. Have you talked to them lately?
I talked to J-Dubs through email, like about a week ago.
Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, my brother had the same experience, Ron, with Hank that you had down here in Savannah, and he has never won a ring.
He's never won a ring.
No, the Braves didn't win a series until '95.
No, what about Milwaukee Braves, though? He played with them.
They never won a series. They won
in
series.
57.
Not with Hank.
They won in 1957 with
Hank would have been playing in 57.
Yeah, they won in 57. They beat the Yankees in 7 games.
Chris, I appreciate you backing me up with Hank being a red ass, but on the other hand, I can't have lies. I can't have you back me up with lies.
Okay, sorry about that, Ronnie.
I don't know where Dave is, but for some reason I'm seeing everybody but the Muse. It's completely thrown me off today. Here is Jerry. Jerry, you're Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys. Hank hasn't been to a ballpark in 12 years. When they had the greatest, 50 players or whatnot, that big ceremony at the All-Star game a few years ago, he was invited, didn't come to that. He has no interest in even going to a ballpark. He just wants to
that's what I think it is. I don't think it has anything to do with Bonds in particular. He just doesn't like people. He just doesn't care. For some reason, he wasn't happy with the way his life turned out, even though he had all the fame and all the money he could want. Nothing has ever made this guy happy. And, to act like, well, it's because of Bonds. We don't even know that. He hasn't said that. He's not showing up because he's some kind of a fucking agoraphobic pain in the ass.
I know he was very bitter with the Braves organization because, when they built a new stadium, there was a big push to name it after him. They didn't do it. He wanted to have a bigger front office position. They didn't give him one. So there's
nothing is fucking good enough for this Henry Aaron. You had a candy bar, oh Henry. Isn't that plenty for you? Thank you. All right, so, it's a fucking problem for me. It's fucking a problem for me right now with this Henry Aaron. I'm not going to show up at your funeral. How's that, Hank? That's where me and you go. Riding your Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I think that Aaron is just ruining this for the fans in general, because I think when records broke, when McGuire broke Maris's record, you wanted to see, the family or even, or something like there. You want that connection, like that, okay, he broke the record. Here, I'd like to see Aaron waiting at home plate for him,
it's for baseball fans. It's for people to sit there and say, hey, watch this. It was unbelievable. There is a torch being passed. You don't have to love the guy or agree with the guy there, but are you saying that players are bigger than the game? Is that where you are right now, Hank? Because that's just the feeling that I fucking get from him. It's just a little bit annoying. Bob, you're on Ron and Fez. All right, lost you. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to say I don't really think the problem here is with Hank Aaron. I think it has to do with the fact that Bonds should have all of his records stripped because, he's juicing.
But here's the thing. That's up to baseball. And if Aaron has a problem with that, about what steroids are in baseball, why not bring it up? Why not say, as this ambassador to baseball, something needs to be done? I would have loved to heard his fucking view all through the 90s up to now, but it's only when your record shows up. Now you got a problem with it after all this time? If indeed that's what it is at all, because I don't see any evidence that it is.
There was questions about McGuire, but the Maris family, they still made it a point to be there, almost at every city where we could potentially.
Classy.
It was a class act, and I think Maris's widow, she was sick at the time. She was still making the trip.
Showed up, they had the bat, blah blah blah. The boys were there, looked just like them. And again, now anything that's going on with McGuire, that's on him. It has nothing to do with the Maris family. They held up their part of the bargain, and their old man wasn't treated great, Fez. That guy went through fucking hell when he broke that record.
But when Bonds breaks this record, Hank Aaron is going, if he's on tour with this thing, he's going to be asked all this stuff about steroids.
He doesn't have to answer a single question. He has to be there when it comes up. He's not a doctor, and that's exactly what I say. I'm not a doctor. The questions you're asking right now should be directed at baseball. If the sports writers are just going to be anti-baseball, they should. There's no reason to aim that at Hank Aaron. There's no way you can answer any of those questions.
Yeah, but that's not going to stop people from asking him, and he doesn't want to be part of a Bonds controversy.
He doesn't have to do anything but show up in the stands. That's all he has to do.
And the way these press conferences are set up now, they'll point out which is like, we have Hank Aaron coming up. Do not ask him any questions about about any steroids or thing. He's here as an ambassador for the game talking about...
First of all, he's an old man. He's not in charge of what goes on with steroids and stuff. He has nothing to do with that. And are you saying that Hank Aaron never did any drugs in his life?
That I don't know.
Exactly. So and we don't know everything about Bonds. That's to be settled. If there was a way to keep him out of baseball, and they honestly think he's ruining baseball, they should fucking do it. Hey, it's the rapper. What's happening, Rap?
Hey, buddy. You might be being a little hard on Hank Aaron. I had seen a special on 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
That, right when he was getting ready to break Babe Ruth's record, he was getting all kinds of hate mail and everything.
Right.
He was actually worried as he was rounding the bases that he was going to get shot because a lot of people had threatened him. So he actually might be afraid to even be in the stadium.
You're saying to this day people are still going to shoot him. First of all, if I fucking looked over my shoulder for every fucking hate mail I get, I wouldn't come to work in the morning. So stop being a big pussy. Show up at the ballpark, Hank. And you know what? No one shot you then. It's already too late. You won. I'd say exactly what's on my mind, but this whole Imus thing, I'm gonna let it calm down, let everything get by. But eventually, I got something to add there.
If Hank was that nervous, he must have freaked out when those two fans came on the field and started running the bases with him.
Well,
I never saw the guy look scared a day in my life.
I mean, he was reading some of the letters. This was quite a few years ago. And, I mean, he said as he was rounding those bases, I mean, he was really waiting for somebody to put one through him.
Well, the fucking smart move would have been before he got to the goddamn home plate. Before he got out of the dugout. All right, thank you. Talk to you later, brother.
See you, Rap.
I'll see you.
Peace. Kyle, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, does this make Hank Aaron the Dan Marino of baseball?
Earl says he's got one ring. And one is all it takes not to be the Dan Marino.
The begrudging refusing to pass the torch. We saw Marino sit there with Peyton Manning just kind of...
Talk about a red ass. He could not stand it with Peyton Manning. But, see, this is... Marino's life was such a disappointment that the Dan Marino thing... Dan Marino is actually the Dan Marino of baseball. That's how much that I just play for my own fucking records goes from sport to sport. Right now, the Dan Marino of golf, Dan Marino. Just doesn't change. Bowling, skeet shooting, he's doing it all. Thank you very much, man. Here's Patrick. Patrick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, yeah, guys, I mean, Aaron should just shut the F up anyways, because, I mean, guess what? Bonds didn't break any baseball rules, all right? There were no rules against steroids when they're taken. The owners are probably encouraging them to do it after the friggin' how bad things were after the strike. And then to top it off, now he's getting tested. I hate Bonds. I don't think he's,
I agree with you. I'm not the biggest Bonds fan at all. What came up here is Hank Aaron doing the right thing, not showing up. And that is fucking simply no. It is an unclassy move, and it's making yourself bigger than the story, which is bigger than baseball, bigger than the records. This fucking sport already has enough trouble right now. Why not show up and give a thank back to baseball for the life you fucking got? Yeah, I know you hit the home runs. At the same time, other people work. They haven't had the life you've had, Henry. He drives me crazy. What a big fucking baby he is. I'm not saying I dig his eye out with my thumb, but I wouldn't mind just giving him a fucking paintbrush. Just a quick fucking smack there. Act like a man! Just have him sobbing. He's breaking my record. I hate that fucking shit. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. I want to know if Earl breaks the producer record, longest standing producer record, do all the old producers have to show up and watch as he runs around the bases?
Well, only the record holder himself has to show up. It would be nice to see Al Dukes there. Now, I know there is some controversy where J-Dub said that he held the title longer.
See, I don't think J-Dubs was ever executive producer of the Ron and Fez show, and I think that's
Who was then during that period?
I don't think we had one.
It's just that you were on drugs and not paying attention. We did a show every night. The show had to be produced.
So, yeah, Earl is supposed to break the record, longest-serving Ron and Fez producer. I believe he ties the record on the 27th, breaks it on the 28th of this month.
Or does that belong to J-Dubs? I really would like this worked out. Won't we be gone the 27th?
Yeah, we won't be here.
Yeah, so that's not the date that we're looking at. We would rather do a date that made a little show business sense here. Earl, who do you think holds the title right now? And do you think that you'll make it?
I believe Al holds the record, and I will break that record.
I will give you this no matter what happens. You are the worst producer we've ever had, by far. And to me, that's what matters. Day in, day out, you found a way to fuck up the show. But here's what I admire, Earl. It's not the same way every day. It's something completely different every day. And Al Dukes didn't have that. He had the same monotonous thing that it drove me crazy. You or something else, though. Here's Hunter. Hunter, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why Aaron's being such a pussy. It's not like his record's going to be broken many times. Like, when Bonds gets it, it's going to be A-Rod, and then Pujols is going to break it anyways. But Bonds is still the greatest anyways. So, see ya!
Let's hope.
Yeah, I mean, I think, but when Aaron, it's just like, and the one thing that you always heard about Aaron about his whole career was like how dignified he was, how classy.
You never heard that from me.
And, you know, he carried himself gracefully. And now he's just done this thing that I think it'll erase his, if he doesn't show up, I think the whole career could be flushed down the tubes where people like.
To me, there's only one home run record that matters. And that's most home runs by a white person.
White people are so scared.
Don't tie me
Black
in.
people.
Don't tie me in with the Simus thing, please. I'm begging you. There's no reason I belong there.
White people are so scared of black people.
Could you believe, Earl, the life that this Imus situation has? The national story that's turned into?
I can't believe it. It is just.
Did you watch The Daily Show last night?
No, I did not. I missed it.
It was fucking hysterical. Because basically Jon Stewart says Imus got suspended for using this terrible term or whatever. It was nappy-headed hoe. And he goes, there's, of course, you know, the phrase that can't be spoken. Then they show constantly every news guy saying the term nappy-headed hoe over and over and over. You think it's helped blacks and white people come together?
Oh, not at all. I think, I don't know, with black people, I always thought there's this, if it's a silent majority of black people who really, I guess, don't care either way. They got bigger issues to worry about and bigger problems that they're dealing with, other than the fact that whether a syndicated talk show host made a comment.
And you know what? You don't even like Al Sharpton being called the black leader, like you keep hearing him and Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, Sharpton represents the National Action Network, which is a small percentage of black people.
You know, why can't we honestly not say that this is a black and white problem, which it's turned into? And I hear people talking about it on the news. I hear, you know, people saying this is not another black and white issue. This is, once again in this country, a fucking crazy Christian problem. Two reverends out trying to take their flocks and plan for the morality of everybody else. Whether it happens to be people in the news, they're the same people that attack 50 Cent, blah, blah, blah. It is the same thing. It is always we got the same problems in this country as we have in the Middle East and all around the world. These religious fucking people who think they know what God wants and wants to tell everybody else what to do. It's no different. This Imus thing is no different than what happened with O&A. Again, crazy Christians, this time the Catholics, figuring they know the answer, even though they never even got everything into it. Drives me nuts.
Remember Janet Jackson? You look back on it now, it's like it was less than a second that she showed her for her can or tit or whatever it was. And they're like, and who were the biggest complaints? It was like, what about the children? What about, it's like, this is morally wrong, this is morally reprehensible.
And the way people start to lie about that, because that Super Bowl, I was TiVoing. When it happened, I'm like, is that, Fez was there, I got a big screen TV, we rewound, blah, blah, blah. You could not even tell. They did not have a camera angle for that. It wasn't until the Drudge Report, where somebody had an actual photo, that you got to see the close-up and the crazy sun, the metal throwing, Chinese throwing star that she had around her nipple.
Yeah, no one knew she was even wearing that watching Super Bowl footage.
You could not. I went back and I went back and said, is that her tit? We could not figure it out completely. That's insane. It's a crazy country anymore. I don't know why we don't sell tickets. I mean, if we really wanted to make big money, we would sell tickets to the rest of the universe on what happens on this planet. And I guarantee you the seats would be filled. They would be filled looking at this crazy sideshow act we put together. Planet Earth. What a wacky spot.
And again, they're, and these, the Sharptons of the world, they won't talk about, real issues like black-on-black crime, AIDS among African-American women is through the roof. These are real issues. These are real things to be dealing with, not whether or not someone made a comment that probably lasted, less than a second?
Right. Stupid fucking thing that meant nothing.
Yeah, it meant nothing.
But again, are they going to be raising money with Jesus on this? Yes, they will. Name any of these guys who've ever made a buck without Jesus' brand in there. I would have loved to get the copyright on Jesus, so that you were able to stop these people from destroying the brand. Because it's basically what they're doing. They are destroying the Jesus brand. And it's a shame.
Oh, without question. It's always a shame that religion gets in the way of what really is a great message. The Jesus message, it's an unbelievable message. It's a strong message, but it always gets lost to nonsense like this.
Here's Phil. Phil, you're on Fez.
Hey, guys. A couple things. First of all, why is it that radio and comedy are the only two mediums where a racial slur isn't accepted? Where you hear these rap artists or any musician that want to use the N-word at will, they get away with it.
Well, they're not accepted by the same people that are bitching now, but what are you going to do? Let's say a 50 Cent, he sells his product directly to the people who want it. You know what I mean? If you are a 50 Cent fan, you get the product from 50 Cent. It's between you and him. The thing that's happened with Imus is the advertisers, who all they really care about is making money, and quite frankly, that's all they should care about. If you're out there selling, pickles, why do you want to get caught up on whether or not Imus said something wrong? All you want to do is move pickles into and take money out of people's pockets, and that's the business that you're in. So this is what's hurting Imus right now. And the big companies, CBS, NBC, they'll cave. Because again, what is their thing in life? Is their whole thing to go out and entertain the American public? Or is the real reason that there's even a CBS is to just make money? That's the only reason. All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Big ass 144.
What can I do for you, brother?
I just heard you guys were talking about Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
There was no nipple. There was nothing on network TV that had a nipple. Is that what you guys are saying?
The shot was so far back that you could not tell what exactly you were looking at.
But, did she have a pasty on? Because I never saw the footage, but everybody was talking.
What she had was a Chinese star with the nipple inside of it. It looked like something that some S&M couple would wear. So, yes, you could see her nipple poking out of a Chinese throwing star.
It looked like the most uncomfortable piece of jewelry anyone's ever worn.
Unless you like to be cut as you walk around. Some people are into that. That's their
thing. So it's a little more than little Kim or whoever that was?
Yeah. That's about it. Here's Adam. Adam, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, I just wanted to disagree with you with 1 second. A lot of these rappers now, they're all corporately tied. You got Jay-Z with Budweiser, Chingy with Chevrolet.
Well, all right. No.
Guys.
No, I was actually talking about 50 Cent. But
well, he's corporately tied to Reebok. All his shoes are made by Reebok.
Oh, exactly. But here's the thing: Ludacris did the same thing. They took away his Pepsi deal. What I'm saying is, like, if you are, and everybody's connected with fucking corporations now, you cannot get around it. And that's what they attack. They attack the corporations now. It's not like when they decided to go against the Beatles, they just went out and burned the records that they had already bought. That meant nothing. Now they tie in not just that, but the parent companies. So instead of just attacking, let's say, the radio station, you could go back and attack Paramount, movies coming out, blah, blah, blah. Same thing happened to Tom Cruise when he took a little swipe at the drug companies. That panicked because those drug companies end up buying ads on TV. There's no way that CBS wanted any part of that.
And that's why someone like Imus isn't indispensable, because you're part of such a conglomerate that there's everything else to protect.
Yeah, nobody is indispensable.
Exactly.
There's not anybody out there who they can't get to. Here's Brian. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
I want to know if Reverend Al and Jesse Jackson are going to go down and apologize to the Duke kids for getting off after they, strung them up to hang them for life, pretty much.
All right, peace. Here's Zubia. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, I just wanted to say, did you see Spike Lee on the Today Show? Whoopi Goldberg was holding him because he was so emotional.
No, I missed this completely. What was he doing? Is he crying?
Yeah, he was crying. He was just like, Imus should be put off completely and everybody on the show should be fired because he was so upset. And then he was really upset because Imus didn't even know the name of the Spike Lee movie that he was talking about.
Yeah, one of the things that was quoted by Bernard, is that his name, Bernard?
Yep. Yes.
Was the thing from School Days, which is, to me, a fantastic fucking film that talks about prejudice inside the black community. But if we were talking about these things, if America really tried to get together and talk about the race thing, I don't think there could be anything more fucking important. If people actually got out and tried to talk about religion and go back and forth on it, I'd be for it 100%. But it really just it turns into the same old dumb point counterpoint shows that don't make any goddamn sense at all.
And again, like, School Days addressed basically black-on-black racism.
Yeah.
Another issue that the Reverend Al's of the world, they avoid like the plague, which is a real issue. And that's a real issue. To me, this is such a non-issue, the whole Imus thing.
All right, peace. Omar, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up? Hey, I just wanted to call you guys and tell you, why the fuck are you guys protecting this asshole, dude? I mean, to tell you the truth, if he feels like he can get away demeaning these girls that are obviously trying to hire their knowledge and playing a game.
Well, hold on, Omar. Let's go back a little bit, okay?
Right.
You watch ESPN again at all?
Yeah.
Do you think we coddle our male college athletes? Are you ready? Are you trying to tell me if we go back and go over what our sports announcers say, what our reporters say, how many times they've called guys sissies or losers or fat, or they call the entire Miami team the fucking criminals all these years, and at no time is that considered like it's going to break their spirit. You're not protecting Imus, right? Listen to me. I want to just get out this one point to you. You're not just protecting Imus. You're saying that freedom of speech is important. You want to live in a country where people like us go, no, we want to fucking protect the Larry Flints of the world. We want to protect people who are so far out there that it makes the rest of us fucking free. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, dude? I'm not against the First Amendment. I believe in free speech, but I also believe there's limitations to people that are in the like public outlets of
then you don't believe in free speech.
Well, look, dude.
What you're saying you believe in limited speech.
That's what the FCC. If he wanted to make that remark on, say, like a paid program like XM or Sirius or whatever,
the FCC.
That's one fucking thing. You know
Omar.
what I mean? But he's popping up on regular.
Omar, you need to understand something. The FCC is not involved in this. He has not said anything. He has not said anything that could be considered obscene. And that's fucking important.
You know what, though, dude? But really, do these girls feel like, does he feel like he could just demean anybody on public radio just like that, dude? I mean, there has to be some kind of fucking consequence.
Why? Do you want to say that we can't sit around and say that the president, whoever it happens to be, Bush, Clinton, or whatever, is crooked, is no good, blah, blah, blah. At that point, you want to have American citizens feel free enough to be able to say, hey, I don't trust the government. You know what I'm saying? That's very fucking important, no matter who the government is. You want to protect those freedoms so you have those freedoms.
You know what, though, dude? But that's taking it way beyond the point. I mean, fucking...
It is not taking it beyond the point. It's the point itself.
Yeah, it is, dude.
It's the point itself. The fact is, you don't like Imus. I'm going to tell you the truth. I've never listened to the guy's program in my life. I caught him a little bit on TV at different times, but I've never sat down and listened to his show from point one to point other. But if I told you the people that I did not like... I'm not a fan of Bill O'Reilly's. I'm not a fan of Rush Limbaugh's. But at no fucking time am I going to think to myself, I'm going to try to get me and all my friends to go against Colgate from sponsoring them. That's insane.
Well, can I ask you one question, dude? I mean, when you call the president crooked, and when you talk about, other political figures or whatever, you're talking off of their track record, if I'm not mistaken, right? Well, what track record do these girls from Rutgers, can you tell me where in their track?
So you're saying you've got to go out... Wait.
Called nappy-headed hoes?
What's that?
I mean, do they have a reputation of sleeping around these girls?
Did you honestly believe anybody that heard that statement thought to themselves that those girls were prostitutes?
I mean, that's where you're telling me that Imus was all right and fucking calling them hoes.
I am saying this. You want to fucking protect free speech. When I disagree with Imus, I would say to you, this is a fucking nonsense joke that went nowhere. I've never found the guy's show entertaining. He holds nothing from me. So what? That's no fucking reason to say the free speech doesn't matter anymore? It's insane.
If you're telling me if it's a nonsense joke, then why is it such a big thing?
It's a big thing because people decide for it to make a big thing. All right, you want to have you were saying you have to prove something, right? To be on the radio? Yeah. You have to be able to prove it and back it up. Yeah. How are we ever going to have religious radio again? How are you going to be able to sit there and say, Jesus fucking died for your sins when you cannot prove it? You better let these people... that's the freedom that you want in this world. People being able to express themselves without having lawyers around them and major corporations around them to protect them at all times. You, Omar, should want to protect them. You want people to be able to speak free, or else you can't. Why am I even talking? This is fucking insane. I cannot believe I get caught up in this fucking conversation. It's so goddamn stupid. And I wanted to go against it today. I wanted to not be a part of it. And all you got to do is slip into it, and then you hear the fucking pinhead people of the world and what they think is right. They drive me nuts.
I mean, and the other part of it is, like, with the Rutgers team,
yeah.
You don't think those girls heard worse with the trash talking that goes on, not only between each other, but with their opponents? There's always little jabbering going on back and forth during the game. They've heard.
What are we going to do? Start and arrest hecklers now?
Yeah.
For fucking chanting, you suck? You do not have to go out of your way to prove these things.
And they did lose that title game.
Hammer, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of disagree with what Omar's saying. I think he's on the right track, but he's missing some of the point. We need to be able to say what we want, kind of when we want it, so we can have that free exchange of ideas. That's what this country was built on. If we limit it and say, these girls were called a bad name, we have to limit it here, where does it stop?
But here's my point completely.
Point about Bush.
But here's the thing. You do have to be held accountable for what you say. But to drive this guy and to not let up on this and say he belongs off the airwaves forever is bullshit.
Oh, it totally is.
And that's the point. Imus actually went back and said, look, I was out of line. I said something out of line. Who doesn't have to do that? Johnny Carson has said things that he regretted after having a career on TV. Leno has done it. Letterman. Anyone who sits around and expresses themselves. The New York Times has had to go back and say, look, we made a mistake. The Post, you can't pick out a newspaper that hasn't had to apologize for something they said. But if the Washington Post runs a story or a commentary that somebody finds fucking hateful, the last thing you want to do is shut down the Washington Post. Here is Rich. Rich, you're on Ron and Fez.
Spy report, buddies, and I have actual email confirmation. Don Imus loses 2 advertisers.
Well, that's last night's news. He's going to lose more, too. And again, it isn't so much for what he said. It's because advertisers do not want to be caught up with anything controversial. All they want to do is make money.
It's so manipulated, and it gets into a domino effect where, Imus is told to apologize, so he starts apologizing and doesn't stop. Then it gets to the Rutgers team where they have to say their spirits have been destroyed by something a 70-year-old man said. Then it's like now the sponsors are like, now they're obligated to do something. It's also...
They're not obligated. They could sit there and say, look, I'm going to stand for something. But they do not.
Well, they're manipulated is what I meant.
They are part of the entire manipulation process, too. All they care about is making cash. That's their only goal. And if you know that about them, it's not, it's not a bad thing. It is just what it is. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Hey, HDG. I got to disagree with you, Ronnie. I think he did say something offensive. I think he did something very offensive. He apologized. He never should have apologized.
That's up to him to apologize. That is, maybe he legitimately felt like he went too far. He hurt somebody's feelings. I don't know. Maybe he was worried about his job. But the point is this. You can apologize all the time. If you don't, you're not a human being. And I think the apology, I thought, hey, look, you fucking broke the guy. There he is. You've got him to apologize to you. But to act like that's not enough, and I have no idea. And the list of people who talk on TV and radio, I don't put Imus up at the top of the most divisive. There are people that are much more divisive than him. So I have no idea why they decided these are the people that they're going against. Have you picked up on that at all, Earl?
Yeah, I mean, you can mention, to me, Ann Coulter is a lot more divisive,
Well, Ann Coulter doesn't have a show.
I hate to say it, but Reverend Al is as divisive as anybody right now. Right. I mean, the second he opens his mouth on any issue, people are going to be like, I'm tuning you out. They're going to pick the other side. I mean, but again, I don't know if it's a matter of it was Imus's turn to get the hot lights put on him or not, because we saw it with O&A. I mean, it's just that
they do it too. Everybody's going to spend their time in the barrel in this fucking country. Ray, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, it just seems like once they get a hold of somebody that'll actually start apologizing, then they just go and parade them in front of everybody. Look, see, he's got to apologize now. He's got to apologize. And they don't know when to make him stop when he should have just said, hey, I'm sorry, and then just shut up.
Thank you very much. Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. I appreciate the First Amendment and freedom of speech and all that, and I think that's all that the people that are out to get Imus are doing is using their right to say what they want.
Here's where I disagree with that. And again, they're not doing anything illegal. But my problem is this. When you attack the guy, when you're taking this and they're not the only people who do this. It happens from time to time. But when you're attacking the guy's advertisers and trying to hurt the corporate entity around that freedom of speech, it keeps, because the public airwaves, are fucking corporate airwaves. You don't have the right to go into your backyard, put up an antenna and start to sit there and spread. So you have to have the major corporations. It means you have to have advertisers. Let's go back to Rush Limbaugh. who I said before, never been a fan of the guy, but don't feel like attacking his advertisers. The guy who's running for the Senate now, the guy from Mayor America.
Oh, Al Franken.
Al Franken. He wrote a book called Rush Limbaugh's a Big Fat Idiot that went to #1. He took a lot of shots back at Limbaugh, went back and forth, and I guess Limbaugh and Bill O'Reilly have taken shots at him. But it's not like Al Franken went out of his way to do away with everybody else's ability to hear Rush Limbaugh, whether the people who liked him or didn't like him.
On the air, so he has something to talk about.
Well, I mean, you can be that cynical. I'm not. I'm saying this, that Franken did the thing that you're supposed to do, is say, here's something I disagree with. I think this guy's an idiot, and here's my case. But he's not going out of his way to make sure that Limbaugh is taken off the air so the people who want to fucking hear him can. That's where I start to have a problem with it.
Okay, so
All right?
There is a line. There is a line that kind of invisible line not to go past.
You're not even making sense. What does that mean? What invisible line?
Well, you can say it's okay to attack someone back personally, but not commercially.
No, I'm saying here's what the thing is, that you're using this thing, that their way there is from fucking using Christ. They use people's belief in Christ to get a place for themselves so that they can spread their own personal agenda. Because I don't hear Jesus coming up from either one of these two reverends during this whole thing. This is their own agenda. And the money that they've got is from people who, and the power that they got is from people who are thinking they're going to get to, heaven at the end of this. So if you don't see this again as another religious matter, I don't know what else it is. And I'm not talking about anyone's spiritual beliefs. I'm talking about the religious corporate fucking thing that's out there right now. Whether it's the Catholic Church, the Baptist Church, it doesn't matter. These are corporations themselves, and they're run like corporations. And this is good for their business because it rallies the fucking base. And it's bullshit. And I can't believe I'm caught up in it. I did not want to sit around and talk about this because everybody else is. If you don't get it by now, you haven't even sit around and fucking worried about this stuff. Josh, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah.
I want to know, would it be such a black uprising if it was, he called them bitches or broads, I didn't know how it was such a racial tolerant thing, you know what I mean?
I don't even think the hoe part is the part that has everyone the most upset.
Hey, it's Stryker. How you doing, Stryker?
Hey, buddies. Hey, my one thing on this is there's actually three corporate sponsors. There's Procter & Gamble, Bigelow Teas, and Staples. And one of the things that I did was, when they first announced this last night, my father and I have a corporate account with Staples for ordering his office supplies. Uh-huh. I called Staples and said, you know what, I disagree with you pulling your advertising from Imus's show. I want to cancel my corporate relationship with you. And they actually put me through to public relations, and I told the woman, and she says, sir, I'm sorry you feel that way. And I'm going to do the same thing with Procter & Gamble and with any of the other companies. Just tell them, you know what, you want to protest Imus, you don't like this, well, I'm going to protest you, and I'm not going to give you my money.
Yeah.
And then they're stuck in the middle going, well, gee, we're going to lose money from both ends, so what do we do?
Oh, it is absolutely true. And let's face it, these people want to sell staplers. That's all they want to do. The last thing they want to do is get involved in some kind of freedom of speech issue. It's ridiculous. Hey, Brian, you're on. Whoops, hold on a minute. Brian, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron. As a Canadian, I'm kind of watching from the outside. I wonder how free Americans really feel nowadays. I mean, all I hear is rules and invisible rules, and the government has taken every right away, and they keep doing it. And I enjoy satellite radio, but how much longer are they going to stay away from this? And it's amazing to me that you guys are just sitting back and letting the basis of your country, slip away from you like this.
Right. I can't imagine anybody less involved and less dedicated to the American people. It's still, to this point, no one sits around and talks about the real issues. If you don't think that this is bigger than Imus or whether some kids at Rutgers who never heard this remark, nor would they have ever heard this remark, there's no way any college kids are going to listen to Imus's Geritol fucking radio show. It ain't going to happen. But as far as satellite radio goes, here's my radio psychic for you. And this you can just about bet on.
Radio psychic.
We will remember this as the Wild West days. This will be thought of as the pioneer days, because we will not get away with this. They will not let this, particularly out of everything on XM, this channel 202. You will not live in a fucking world where O&A can come in here every morning and say what they want to say, and Ron and Fez can say what they want to say. They'll clamp down on that somehow. All you want to do is make it later rather than sooner. That's the only deal. Here's our buddy Doug out. Doug, how are you, pal? Whoops, let me go. Doug out. Doug, you're Ron and Fez.
What aggravates me the most about this, Ron, is there's so many parallels to what went on a month ago with the British soldiers over in Iran. They were being paraded around. They were being forced to do apologies, admissions of guilt in front of the Iranis by the Iran government, and then they were just set off to go do whatever. The same thing's being done with Imus, except it's being done by our own people. The blacks in this country they're kicking the shit out of him while he's down, and they're holding their arms up going, look what we do.
First of all, I honestly think that Sharpton is just so happy to have a win that he cannot stop it right now. I mean, how many things does he throw up there that aren't wins? And what has he dropped his cop killer thing that, remember that he was involved in that? That didn't get near the publicity that's going on as this stupid statement.
I mean, I kind of disagree with the whole statement that blacks are parading. No, it's Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. It's not the
and
black
their followers. And I agree with you. These guys are not the head of the black community any more than we have a head of a white community. And quite frankly, we all really live in one community, the United States of America. If we choose to divide ourselves, that's up to us. But there really only is one melting pot here.
Yeah, I mean, to a degree you can say the NAACP, but you're looking at three entities that really, they have no real power structure anymore, no real power base anymore. Like with Reverend Al, this was his chance to get as many headlines in front of as many cameras as Barack Obama, who's kind of the new face, the fresh new face. No one's talking. I mean, over the weekend, the big story was Barack raised $25 million on his own, I mean, outside of him making like public statements, there's no big Barack news. No, it's Al Sharpton on CNN, on MSNBC.
This is invading Grenada for him.
Yeah, I mean, this was his chance to, like you said, Ron, pick up a win where he can, because in a national arena, if he runs for a public office, he's not going to win. He's not going to even come close. He might get maybe 10% of the vote.
Take a look to see how much more money he's raising now, though. I guarantee you this is good for business. I guarantee you. And it's good for his PRs as well. He's on TV every day like he's got a show. He's suddenly on the Today Show and all these things like what he actually thinks.
I wasn't even aware he had a radio show.
No, I wasn't either. I had no idea where that show's on.
I mean, I knew he had
and he gets an hour a day, I think.
I mean, I knew he had a TV show on, here in New York, it's on, is it called TV One, which is like the black cable channel. It's kind of taking
I never heard of that either.
Yeah, and it's on I think it's on Sunday nights at 11:30, and the set is like a barbershop. It's actually quite.
And E-Rock just said he does 3 hours a day.
Oh, I thought he did one.
Yeah, it's 3 hours a day out of New York.
No, yeah, but he's not in New York.
But it's not being heard in New York.
I hope he plays some songs. I can't imagine him going on and on for 3 hours a day.
That reality show didn't last long of his. The Al Sharpton's I Hate My Job.
I didn't know that one at all. Here's Terry Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hi, guys. Love your show.
That's great.
My son's in Iraq now, and I was in Iraq the first time, and my grandfather was in Korea, and we...
Hey, Terry, you can't seem to keep you guys out of trouble over there, can you? Every time I turn around, somebody in your family's in a fight.
Yeah, well, it's just kind of our bad luck, but anyway, we fought for the rights of the country, and we have to let people do things that we don't agree with. They burned the American flag, and we let them. I mean,
We can't make them stop him. I'm supposed to say, I want that guy fired. I want his house taken away from him. I want his security taken. These are just words, stupid words that a guy said. And we should be able to say whatever we want, whenever we want. That's what we fought for.
I mean, of course, there does have to be some type of responsibility. You're not allowed, and nor should you be able to go on and say, Earl Douglas is a kid toucher, and just that's ridiculous, and that's a matter of the court system, and it should be.
You're right, but I mean, I can't physically harm the people that are burning these flags. Why are they physically wanting? They're wanting to take this man's livelihood, his life, his career, or it could be you guys next. It's I don't understand it. I don't.
Well, that is the reason that you go out of your way in life to fucking protect the Larry Flints of the world. To say, even though I'm not going to read fat asses or whatever his latest thing is, naked girls and traction, whatever he happens to be pushing, but you want to make it okay that adults can sit back and forth and be able to express themselves any way they want.
A very good point is, how about High Times Magazine? How about that? That's something that's illegal in the United States of America. But we can print it and we can read that magazine. Now, why don't we'll run them out of business. That's completely illegal. Why we let that go?
But, Terry, see, here's the interesting part. Do we ever really have serious discussions in this country about religion, about drugs, about race relations, about men and women and sexuality? Has that ever really appeared? Why isn't that something that's on television where people really sit down and not go, at the end of this 15-minute segment, we're going to come up with an answer? But why is this not, these things that seem to be so important, why is it not an ongoing dialogue? A slow and steady dialogue that the citizens in this country would get involved in?
Because people are terrified of everything you just mentioned. Terrified to talk about sex.
At first. At first they would be. But I don't think it's going to stay that way if you keep sitting around and talking it out and going over the whole goddamn thing. But we are no further along than 58.
No, I just feel that, like I said, I'm sorry that it's absurd that you could say one word and I'm not allowed to say it. I mean, that's...
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No,
it does not make sense.
It'll never make sense.
Yeah, Ima should have just invited the Rutgers girls out to the ranch. They'd have to do chores like the sick kids, but I think that would have smoothed a lot of things over.
Yeah, well, I'm getting out of here, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, my friend. Let's take a break. Ron and Fez.
It's the Ron and Fez Show on XM 202.
Casey, will you marry me?
I'm on one knee, baby. Take a chance.
Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married.
There's your girlfriend online, and look exactly what it says.
Was she right?
Yes!
Think that,
This sounds like a big rebound to me. I don't know.
Let me tell you.
A killjoy.
Casey is a rebound girl, but she could also score and assist. Triple doubles.
You can't burst the bubble. You can't throw the cold water on the wet towel today. You can't do it. No one's going to take me down today. Even Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, you know right away, absolutely. You don't need too much time.
I ain't sissy-footing around anymore.
It's not so much you're Catholic, she's Jewish, but you're Yankees and she's Mets. Since you're Catholic and you're Jewish, everybody's going, how are you going to raise the kids? They will raise their children in poverty. They have this love, this glow around them, and what do? They let us sharing that, and that gives us a little bit of the magic.
I think we'll write our own vows, because we're two creative people. Everyone knows I'm quite a droid at poetry.
What's your over-under for how long they're going to last?
6 months.
Earl, what are you?
A year.
Give me eternity. Put me down, and I'm pushing all in for eternity. Yeah, buddy, Ron and Fez show, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Nice job, Lily. Lily coming in rocking a little bit this morning, the place that we used to think Pepper Hicks was going to move off into. By the way, Pepper Hicks, I do not need you anymore because it looks like Sheepy is taking care of my Life on Mars needs. The finale's coming up, and I don't know whether he's going to get out of that coma or not. I'm nervous. Ron and Fez show. Eastside Dave, back in here. You were at the doctor's, Dave?
Yeah, I was.
What is she making you get a physical before the wedding? By the way, what's the excitement level in your family right now since the announcement?
It's incredible. Yeah, my mom is quite shocked, and she doesn't know exactly what to say. She actually is a little bit freaked out by it. Sure. I'm trying to just calm her down right now and just say, look, Mommy, everything's cool.
You know what? It is good for you. By the way, everybody, it seems, is excited for you. I noticed Whackbag thinks it's a bit, yet they also don't think that Gail O is dead. So I don't, the paranoia at Whackbag out of all the message boards, that surprises me. By the way, I don't know where we are on this. A lot of people have called in. And if you listen to this show here on XM, go through Mikey Boy. He's at ronfez.net, or you can go through any one of the websites that have anything to do with Ron and Fez or Opie and Anthony and get put on the list there. It is going to be a lot of fun. Your girl and you talked last night. What's the excitement level between the two of you?
We can't contain ourselves. Yeah. We know this is going to happen, and hopefully soon. And we're so fucking psyched for the party. And then for, obviously, the actual marriage ceremony.
I'm going to miss that, but I am going, seriously, I will be there at your bachelor party next Friday night, which, to me, is the important thing in a couple. That's your way of saying I love you.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's look at this. Look at all these titties. Hey, let's have more drinks.
But what about the ring?
Yeah, I'm going to miss all that. I like that. I feel embarrassed for people when they do that. I love you. Kiss in front of, I'm wearing white. I have a bad suit on. I sit there and I feel humiliated for the people who are involved. It's like a prom, but even worse. I guess that's how I see a wedding.
It is kind of like a formal public display of affection.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. It feels like I should walk back out. Like, whoops, sorry, didn't know you two were in here getting married.
I like tapping on the glasses at the reception to get him to kiss again.
Oh, I always thought that meant you want more whiskey. Fuck, I was doing the wrong thing. I'm like, what is with these waitresses? I can't get a goddamn drink.
Can you make it to the reception, or are you not going to do that either?
No, what I'm going to do is wish you guys all the luck in the world next Friday night.
All right.
Yeah, I don't like to go to weddings.
All right, look, at least you have the well wishes.
No,
but that's what we want. I've gotten
no gift.
And I'm going to write a nice check for you, too. I'm going to give you some fat cash study if you go through and get married.
Okay, because I got like a zillion text messages and emails and stuff, and we don't want gifts or anything. We want well wishes,
you mean
prayers.
Yeah, well,
and well brands.
Yeah. And right now we're focusing on the bachelor party.
Only the bachelor party.
Bachelor party first.
That's it. And we're going to have amazing fun.
The thing of don't give us gifts, I got to put Watley on that. Because the number of hard feelings over the thank yous you didn't give out over your last gifts, look where Jay Moore went back to O&A. That's all I'm saying. That's where we are right now with that.
Yeah.
Now, again, you were at the doctor's with your problem today.
Yes.
You just came in. How did you make out, Dave?
I got in there. He started fondling me a little bit, and then he said, I need to put a scope in you, different from a swab. Just something to go into the penis hole.
A camera?
No camera, just something that he wanted to get. He wanted to spread it open a little bit to get a better look.
All right, so for anyone that doesn't know, you've been having dick problems.
That's
where
right.
It's just excruciating for you to piss.
Exactly. It's like icicles. And even if I cross my legs the wrong way, it hurts just as bad. And when he did that, when he put the pipe in, I passed out.
Really?
I passed out.
Did you faint it?
Yeah. So there's nothing.
Just from pain or from the...
Just from pain.
Unbelievable.
And
there's no numbing or anything they can do?
No. I mean, it's barbaric.
How numb can you be before something can go... there's not enough Novocaine in the world that I can let something can put in my dick hole.
But it seems like we might as well be back to the time of leeches.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
What the fuck?
Because what they used to do, like in the Old West, if you had to clap, they would just take a hot coil and stick it in your dick hole.
Okay.
And kind of burn it. That was in that Wild Bill movie.
Really? Honestly,
yeah.
So
I'll be like, my dick will be rotting off before that happens.
So, I mean, just the embarrassment of having now a little kind of doctor, white little guy, and then his real tall black nurse fanning me to revive me. With the thing still in my dick.
You're a doctor. That's all you can come up with is a fan in 2007?
That was terrible.
You can't shoot him with some kind of laser gun that wakes him back up?
I don't know what was happening. So I'm like,
hey, Earl, he broke his dick.
Stop.
What's wrong, buddy?
I'm getting so squeamish right now.
And I'll tell you what, right now I can still feel the pipe. I can still...
I bet.
It honestly, it feels like a jagged, rusty knife is in my cock right now.
Do you feel like maybe a little piece of that broke off in your dick?
I swear.
That can't be good.
There will be a lawsuit. There's going to be a lawsuit, Doc.
So you got scoped, you passed out. How long were you out?
I think I was only out for 7-8 minutes, but nevertheless, I'm sitting there laying on a doctor's bed with a thing in my cock. It was humiliating. It was really humiliating. And then he takes it out and he says, okay, I think, everything looks kind of fine. And he says, turn around. And so I'm like, well, this is weird. Why does he need me to turn around? And without even prepping me, finger right up the ass. Right there. Without even, prepping me, saying this is what he's going to do. Wow. So it's like, fuck it, doctor.
You got raped this morning. My friend was fucking physically raped in a doctor's office.
Make sure I get this doctor's name.
You want something in your dick hole?
No.
He's right over there. He's on 59th and 7th.
Right, so you can, I'll go over there and it'll be a fucking hit. And I'll just, the last words he'll hear is, this has got to stop. Hey, these guys, they're fucking animals, these doctors.
It was ridiculous. He didn't say anything about it.
Did he find any stray bagel or cake?
No, but it was really, again, humiliating. After he feels around for my prostate and stuff, and he takes his finger out, and then he goes, okay, he gives me some toilet paper and says, now clean up. I had to clean up in front of him.
You had to clean his finger, too, I bet. Clean this off.
It was horrible. I had to
Dirty boy.
I had to wipe my ass in front of the guy. This is fucking punked. Where's Ashton Kutcher when you need him? Because it just didn't seem like it was a real thing. And so eventually he said, whoever that caller was who said it was the prostate, that guy was right. I got some weird fucked up prostate that's now kind of making my urethra uncomfortable. So it's like an ass-cock combo that's just making me...
Man.
And I'm telling you, it's not even now
my taint is fucking throbbing right now. I can't hear this anymore.
And it's not.
I may have to fire you.
Please don't.
What if I catch something?
I fucking need to get health insurance now more than ever.
No, you no longer need it here.
What
a time. Here you are in your best time of your life.
Yeah.
And then the worst time of your life.
Right. It really is, because it's not just when I urinate now. It's like I feel sick.
All right, let's change the subject.
All right.
I'm sick. My eyes hurt.
Let's move off this.
Oh, so fucking disgusting. All right, the Ron and Fez Show, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. We're going over everything with Eastside Dave right now. And again, Dave?
Yeah?
Do we need a Bible in here to say bit, not a bit?
This is not a bit, and why don't we bring the Bible in?
Right, we're bringing the Bible in. Mainly for you whackbag kids who just seem to think that people do not die or get married.
They don't believe in any ceremonies at Whackbag.
They don't believe that things are true. I guess they've been burned too many times in their life. Go ahead.
Is it left hand on I always forget.
Right hand on the Bible.
Right hand on the Bible.
Okay, this is very much not a bit. Casey and I are engaged.
Wow.
For real. No, sucker.
Is your fiance. Now, have you seen the pictures on FBA, the Dugout Doug?
Not yet.
I guess, by the way, how do you get to FBA? Do you have to type in full-blown AIDS?
You have to go, yeah. You have
now,
to type
is
in.
that medical advice, too, or is it?
No, this is, no.
All right, so are you still affiliated with them? Are you still mod?
Yeah, sure. Casey and I are actually mods for the Ron Fez Forum.
So Dugout Doug, if you go to this site, Dugout Doug went and took the pictures of the Pal Talk, and give me that Going to the Chapel in the background as background music, because you haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't seen it, yeah.
If you look at this, you will see a young lady honestly in love.
Wow.
I can't believe that it's with you. Like, I would say, if someone showed me these pictures, I would say, well, this is a young lady in love. And then they go, with guess who? I would never be able to come up with your name in a million years. It would never dawn on you that you're the guy who gets these looks. I would never have known this forever.
Right.
All right, here we go, Dave. Here's the pictures. And here is, here you see her looking very happy.
Oh, my God,
there.
look at that.
Yeah. She's looking so, like she doesn't know the announcement's starting. You can see that she's like embarrassed, excited. Now she's got a towel up over her face.
Oh, my God.
And look at just the smile that comes in.
This is amazing.
And the happiness. There she is. She looks like she can't believe it. And then she puts up the yes.
Holy shit. This is
just
the
ecstatic.
best.
And I saw this last night. I sent it over to Fezzy.
And I'll tell you what, I just started misting up looking at those pictures when Ronnie sent them to me. I'm doing it again now that you're showing them in here.
Wow.
This girl is so happy. She's so excited.
I'm getting a little misty, too.
I'm not getting misty at all. I don't know how to. Wait, let me see if I can cry like you guys, since it's a guy cry time.
No, that's
anything?
Not it. No.
It's my baby.
Hey, a little bit. Look. Yeah, look.
You're just pouring water on yourself.
Yeah, it's not crying?
No.
Aren't you guys just pouring water on your faces?
No.
All right. What part made you cry? Maybe I want to learn to cry too.
Unbelievable.
She's just so... It's just to see the happiness in her face.
Isn't that a good thing, though?
I know, but it's just really, really sweet. And it's like a nice thing's happening for her.
Yeah, it gets to me, too. Anything?
It's a very... No.
Nothing.
Nothing?
That's not tears.
And you can just tell... She's just so delighted, and you look at her, and it's like... Wow, this is a dream come true for this girl.
Well, here's the thing, Fez. She's the girl.
Right.
You're the guy.
Right.
Let her do the crying. You're supposed to sit here like a guy.
It's an emotional...
I'm just touched. I'm touched by her reaction.
If I would have cried at anything, it was this other kid getting a wire up his dick.
It's tears of joy.
It's emotional time. Thank you, Fez. So is this going to maybe turn
thank you,
around?
Fez, because he cried. I'm crying too. Look at me.
You're not crying.
That's sorry, I don't want to get my tears on you. Earl, you crying?
No.
I'm trying to force something out of there. I was squeezing so hard to try to get a tear out, I think it started to bleed.
Yeah, it's blood.
Yeah. I got a little blood tear.
Tears are transparent.
All right, so far the only people that are crying over this are Fezzy and Sheepy.
I heard
the mother and daughter.
HTG was crying.
We're sensitive, emotional types.
She was crying because somebody ate that half a sandwich she was saving. So you're swearing you guys are engaged now?
Yeah, we are engaged. In fact, at the doctor's office, when you had to fill out the application and put down person to contact in case of emergency, I put down Casey, her phone number, and then relationship, and I was more than happy to write fiance.
This is the first time Beanie hasn't filled that slot on a form.
That's very true. That's 100% true.
Face it, it's the first time Beanie hasn't filled out the whole form. Normally his mom has taken him to the doctors and paid for it up to now.
Yeah, well, that's true, too.
You talked to them last night, huh?
Yeah, I talked to her briefly. She was kind of bewildered and says, we'll talk today during the afternoon a little bit longer.
She wanted to let it sink in for a while, huh?
She's just confused. She again had another thing of...
Show her these pictures.
Yeah.
She'll lose it.
And like me.
She had... She said...
You're not crying.
I kind of am, aren't I?
No, there's nothing there. Don't slap yourself. That's not going to do it.
I want to be one of the girls with you. Hey, you know what? The three of us should go out for tea and shoes later.
It's an emotional time. It's time for...
It's sentimental.
I don't care. Everybody saw me cry. So what?
You didn't cry.
You're spitting.
I'm going to be crying when we go out to VIP. I guarantee you that. Doing fucking rails off a hooker's neck.
Oh.
Absolutely. Tears of joy.
All right. That sounds like fun, too.
No. Hey, does she have a problem with you getting a hooer?
Well, my mom, Casey?
I'm not worried about your mom.
Sorry.
You're an adult, and you've got a fiance.
No, I don't think so at all. She would have brought that up.
Good.
I think she's excited about it.
Then I do have the perfect present for you.
Well, a whore or like a stripper?
No, just straight whore.
Oh,
This is something different. Not a VIP.
We didn't talk about that.
All right. Don't until after.
Okay.
After, go, hey, you got a problem with Ron, get me a whore.
I'll
and
do my
maybe
best.
I'll be able to clean up that fucking dick pipe of yours that you're dealing with.
Oh.
I'll have her going through the back way. Do me a favor, clean up before you go, though.
I'm going to.
Hit it with the Watley hose, like his dad used to make Fez do.
You get damn clean, that's for sure.
Here's a doctor that wants to talk to you, Dr. Hesser. Hello, doctor.
Hey, guys. Dave, I was going to tell you said you started antibiotics on Thursday, and with what you've got, which is acute prostatitis, the prostate is a impossible organ to get to with antibiotics. You're going to need to take between 60 and 90 days of these, and a lot of these guys get to feeling better in about 30 days and tend to get off the antibiotics, and if you do that, it's going to come right back. So,
stay on your antibiotics even when you feel better.
Okay.
Right. So every antibiotic that they give you, make sure you take them all, or it will come back, and it'll come back twice as bad.
Oh, geez. So, yeah, do everything they say.
I'm going to.
Right.
This is
good luck with that. Congratulations.
Hey, why aren't we on antibiotics all the time? They seem to be so good. We should just be constantly eating them like the Tic Tacs.
I love them.
Well, that's a lot of the problem we've got on the planet right now is people kind of do that, and that's why we're getting some of the bacteria and some of the germs that we can't control.
I see. So that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you what, I'm not eating in the subway anymore. I don't know where this came from, but that's suspect number A.
Eating on the subway doesn't anything crawl up your ass.
I know, but my fingers are like touching the subway in my mouth.
Your ass.
It's where you sit on the subway.
Agree with, whatever doctor told you to wash more and putting it in places where it doesn't go. Kind of like I would say blow-up dolls and jelly jars and all of that kind of stuff. That's not a good thing to do.
Smart. All right. What about just good old-fashioned jacking? Is that fine?
Jacking's fine.
All right, good.
If anything, that would help. Honestly, I would try to do. I'm sure
they say that too. That the guys that keep themselves nice and jacked, because it's even more pressure on it, you give the prostate a little relief.
Exactly, because you release the prostatic fluid, which cleans out the prostate. And I was really surprised that's why I didn't call in yesterday, because I said there's no way that he's got a prostate problem as much as he talks about jacking.
Right. But you think it's maybe some of the dirtiness that he's done.
Exactly.
All right.
Wow.
Good tip.
I never want to get something where the doctor says, here's how you fix it. Bathe more.
Yeah, well...
it's not bathe, but really... Maybe even you got soap in there or something.
I still think I got maybe some Lubriderm or some kind of shampoo or soap, maybe a small piece of glass. That's the way it feels like, Doc.
And honestly, Ron has a point. You are having sex with a new partner. Sometimes it just takes bodies time to get used to, and, you're probably having more sex than you've had in the last 5 years. From what I've understood, you weren't having a whole lot of sex with ET, so,
right.
This is just a whole different ballpark.
Ouch.
That's a medical term.
Ouch. That is true, and this is the first time for him it's at an adult level.
This is a fun doctor. He gives sound medical advice.
This is what you need Dr. Steve for.
Rub some salt in my wounds.
All right, thanks, Doc.
I'm not trying to rub any salt, Dave.
I hear you.
I really want you to impress upon the fact that you need to take all the antibiotics that they give you, or antibiotics, as you say it.
Antibiotics. I love taking antibiotics, and I love taking pills in general, so I got no problems doing that.
Well, I do. I like that, too, and that's what got my problems. All right, thanks, Doc.
All right, y'all have a great day.
I will keep your things scrubbed up now and then take your antibiotics.
I have to clean it 3 times a day, so, there will be a time today where maybe I have to go to the XM bathroom.
Go enjoy yourself, but here's the thing. Make sure nobody else is in there when you're scrubbing it off. You're going to put it right in the sink?
No, I'll go to a stall. I'll get a washcloth.
You don't need to do, too. Pick up that book. What's Jimmy's porn friend's name? I got it at home. I got it at home, the Ron Jeremy book. Remind me to bring it in to you.
Yeah.
He actually gives a thing, because he fucks so many different chicks. Then he gives it a big scrub job after he's done every time.
Right.
And he says he's never picked up the clap nothing.
Okay, I have to really look at that book hard.
I'm going to bring it in, but I do want you to pay me full sticker price for it.
Oh,
even though I got it for free.
There's a groundbreaking new book.
It's like $29.
Yeah. You know what? I'll let you have it for $25.
That still doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Ron Jeremy isn't circumcised. So I'm wondering if the circumcision is making
one of the things that he
ill.
Oh, your circumcision.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people who don't believe in it, but for us, it's too. It's too long. It's too late. What are you going to do? Get it back?
No, but you could maybe put some Play-Doh on it, or
well, good. I mean, that's for appearances.
Sure, to look good.
Putting Play-Doh on it is probably why you got in a lot of trouble you've had. Really stop fucking jelly.
All right.
That's what makes me nervous.
Yeah. Everything's out. It's just me and my baby, my fiance. That's all. Yeah, I really don't even spank it anymore either. Maybe I should start.
Yeah, get a nice spank in, even while she's sleeping. Get rid of the nuisance pouch anyway. Then maybe you'll stop this push come thing you've been struggling with. We were talking about Dr. Steve. Fezzy, you and I have been invited to his son's birthday. Liam is having a birthday. He's turning 4, Fez. And it says here 4. F is for farts. O is for Ozzy Quit. That's the big dog they have. U is you stink like poo. And R is for robot monsters. So, big party being planned for a rich kid. Look at this. Did you ever have anything that looked like this when you were 4 as a thing?
No, not where my photo is actually on the invitation.
On the invitation, it's all written out nice like this. It's all about you. What 4 means for Lamb. I remember when I turned 4, my mom just wrote out some nice things on pieces of shopping bag, and then I handed them out to people. Come to our house at 2. It was I remember the 4-year-old birthday perfectly because I was dressed like a sailor. I was always dressed. I don't know what the hell I was into. I was fucking constantly in character. It looked like I just got off the boats. But I remember, and I was a little embarrassed, because it was. But I remember it was BYOB, and everybody had to bring their own, their own drinks. In case you want anything stronger.
Sure.
I mean, we had mixers.
Right.
She had ginger ale and limes and stuff. But if you want anything harder, bring it yourself.
Well, happy birthday, Liam.
Well, I'll tell you, I had the sickest show ever. I turn over here. Earl doesn't have a stomach anymore. Dave is missing a dick, and Fez doesn't have a brain. I'm Dorothy in the fucking land of Oz with these fuckers.
I don't know how you do it.
I honestly don't either. I was actually lying in bed last night trying to think about that. And this is like, psychologically, you guys are like that Revolutionary War picture where the guys are marching and drumming and playing a little fife, but they're all fucked up. This is really a broken team.
Yeah, I feel like we are sort of in the infirmary of MASH. I guess that would make Mr. B. Alan Alda.
Yeah, that's about the last thing I want to be.
Okay. I just meant like a captain of sorts.
It was very weird. When we were at the other place, I was like, when we were working up at NEW, I went down in the lobby one day, and I guess there was a book publisher there or something, and Alan Alda was just standing around in the lobby, and I remember thinking, and no one was bothering him, he was, still a great-looking guy and looks like he's filled with life, but I'm like, at one time, that would have started a riot. Isn't it funny how the star thing, you can be the biggest star in this country, and if you just hold on a little bit, it can wear off for you, which must feel great.
Yeah, and he's actually done great work.
He's done great work, but he's no longer Hawkeye.
Well, maybe that shows you the power of TV. It's like when you're on top of television, I think sometimes you're even a much bigger, like a brighter star.
Well, it's not brighter but you're more well known.
You are.
A TV star will never be as big as a movie star.
Right.
But they're more well known where more people know them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But then at the same time, you will burn out a lot quicker. Right. I mean, when Ozzy was on top, the guy was getting invited to presidential inaugurations. It was huge. And, he's only a few years removed from the show. And it's, there's not that buzz. He's still a fucking rock god and everything like that.
Right, but at least he was Ozzy before. He was Ozzy the rock star before.
Okay.
And then he was like a household name. You're right. He was...
But even think of when the Friends were on top. They were gigantic.
I'll give you one guy that people can't remember, but Henry Winkler as Fonzie was maybe as big a star as you can be in this country.
Yeah.
And I've seen Henry Winkler walk down the street now. He's still doing plays and he does like little movies. But he's not getting bothered. People be like, hey, Henry. But when he was the Fonz, it would have been a Beatlemania rush of people at him.
Right. Yeah, well, those type of characters like that Henry Winkler or Kramer on Seinfeld. When Michael Richards had T-shirts, remember everyone had like a Michael Richards T-shirt. Right. He was just fucking out of the universe, and now no one really knows him except for the comments. But it just seems like that always happens in TV.
Well, wouldn't that be a great feeling to know, like, okay, I still got my money, and now I can go out to a restaurant? I bet it would be the biggest relief you could possibly have.
Maybe.
I would hate to have people... I would hate to be in the middle of Beatlemania. To me, I can't think of a worse thing.
But Beatlemania also allowed them to meet Muhammad Ali, to travel...
Oh, that's nice. But it's not worth, to me, not being able to leave your hotel room or being able to turn on the TV and have people, talk to you like you're, everything you do matters.
Like that, at the height of Beatlemania, so you couldn't be in a hotel. You were basically locked in the hotel. You couldn't sleep because the girls would scream all night because they found out where you were. You couldn't go out. You couldn't go out as individuals. You always had to travel as... No wonder they got sick of each other after a while, because all they saw was each other.
I'll tell you a thing, too. A friend of mine became very close with Eddie Murphy in the 80s, when Eddie Murphy was as big as a comedy star as the world's ever fucking seen. Like he could have #1 TV show, right, books, movies, whatever he wanted to do. It turned to gold. And he was saying that at that point, Eddie was already insulated. As what? 23-year-old, probably, when he was doing, all that stuff?
He was 22, yeah.
22, 23 years old, early 20s. And they went to, like, the Bahamas or Bermuda or whatever, and, when they got there and turned on the TV, the #1 story was Eddie Murphy was here. And then in the paper, now my friend wasn't... My friend had just hit it off with him, and they were kind of working on, what about the script? So he had not grown up with Eddie Murphy or whatever, but the guys who Eddie Murphy grew up with were part of that. He was really part of the entourage for a little while. And then the next day, the paper comes, the front page, Eddie Murphy's there. Whatever you went with him, all the weirdness went along. And that has got to be the weirdest fucking thing, which is why Eddie is kind of antisocial now, and everyone's going, like, what's wrong with Eddie? He's probably so fucked up from that, so guarded.
I'm sure that's the same thing that fucked up Michael Jackson, too. Just that massive amounts of fame and people screaming.
And then Michael became like, that's the important thing. You know what I mean? Like, how do I get people to scream again like last time? That became everything.
But, I mean, in a way, that's almost even cool, like, about the Beatles, that they were able to pull out of it and have some, well, especially John Lennon, have some kind of coolness about them. They could have been freaking, weird.
Yeah, but again, I wonder if you're ever really normal again.
You think you lose yourself totally? You can't get back?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that you're never totally the same again. Because how can you? You've already seen the odd things in life. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, don't you guys see Tony Bennett out there on the street all the time?
Yeah, Tony Bennett's on the street. We saw Seinfeld walking around with his Paul Simon getup on yesterday with the baseball cap and glasses. Stop it, Jerry.
When I was walking in here today, I saw Alan, David Letterman's redhead announcer.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him, and he was walking. He was proud as a whistle.
Yeah. Why not be that? I'd rather walk down the street like that.
Actually, it was really encouraging. But he didn't have a hat on. He didn't have sunglasses. He had the big red hair, and the sun was shining on his face, and he was proud as a peacock.
Just enjoying being on the Letterman show. Why not?
And I was like,
but again,
you're cool.
He doesn't have the full problems of being Letterman.
No, that's obvious.
You know what I mean? Remember, Letterman would go home at night, a fucking woman's there going, hi, honey, I'm your wife.
Yeah.
That fucks you up.
Yeah, no one's going to be trying to break into Alan's house.
Yeah, if you have that mob following you at any point in your career, when it wears off, you have to still look at people the same way, whether there's a mob or not,
But then you also say to yourself, what happened? The mob's not following me. You know what I mean? Like, as much as you might have hated it before, you're not at the top of your game.
I wonder how instantly it happens. Like you mentioned Henry Winkler. Like, did the mobs, did mobs just drop off as soon as Happy Days was off the air? Was it a gradual thing?
I think it's more of a gradual thing, because you still have, like, hardcore Happy Days fans who will probably bother him and everything.
Yeah, with a lot of those guys, they seem like they don't know, because we meet a lot of people on their way down in this fucking job. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of guys that are around that put out, you know, and they think people are still as interested in that band, or they're still telling stories from. I mean, imagine like if every day of your life you had to hear about what you did when you were in college, right, and your old college friends and your girlfriend from that time. And there's guys that always have to go, hey, do you ever hear from Patty anymore? You know, just every fucking time you go out, you know, after a while, you're like, fuck Patty, I've been doing all this other shit. I got a new girlfriend, I'm on the, but they're not interested in that. That's got to fucking play with you a little bit, you know? That's got to weird you out. Right. Because all these guys are like, I've got my new album, my new direction, and this is great. And they love it. They care about it so much. Then they show up for a radio interview, and they play the hit from 20 years ago as the guy's coming in. They ask them any chances of reunion. They're forced to play their new hit, which no one ever really likes, the new song. Right. You know, and then they leave and go do it again. That's really got to get to you a little bit.
Well, it's like that their previous success when they were younger haunts them. That's one of the coolest things I thought was so cool about Terry Gilliam, though. When he was on here, he was totally willing to talk about Python, or he was just willing to talk about anything. It seems like he's made peace with that, and so as a result of him making peace with that, he's better off for it.
Right, but again, he wasn't the guy. He wasn't the go-to guy on that show.
That's true.
And, you know, Ringo's never had a problem talking about Beatlemania either. You know, that there is a really big difference by being the guy that is at the center of the attention and being the guy who's next to the guy with the center of attention. Even though you're 2 feet over, you really have no idea what it means to be him. Because most of the time, when you're part of a hit, so many of the people that you meet, all they try to do is get you out of the hit. Mm-hmm. All they're saying is, hey, you know why this is a hit, right? You. Yeah. And you're wasting your time with those other guys. You would be getting 4 times the money because, you know, we'll just have studio musicians. So that is not like a peaceful thing either. You want an am I fucking up? Here's Brian. Brian, you're on Fez.
Hey, guys. BAC 3866.
Hoo-ah! Yeah.
I was at the Philip Seymour Hoffman play last night, Jack Goes Boating.
How did you like that?
I thought it was fantastic. It was the last showing. I really thought it was great.
I heard good things about it, yeah. Even though like the play itself wasn't strong, he was really good.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is I was sitting next to none other than Mr. Kevin Bacon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're 1 degree now from Kevin Bacon. Well, is Kevin Bacon the only person 1 degree from it?
I believe so, yes.
Do you have to be Kevin Bacon before you're 1 degree?
Yeah.
I think you do.
So
he's 1st degree.
So everybody who's in a movie is 2nd degree.
Right.
That doesn't seem fair. What? That he's the only one that could be 1 degree from Kevin Bacon.
It is his game.
Is it?
Yeah.
So they just bring up Footloose to him?
No, that's what everybody was telling me to do, but I just kind of sat there and gave him the little head nod. You know, everybody kind of left him alone, so.
Smart.
Kevin Bacon.
Trying to be cool about it.
He's had a good career.
Kevin Bacon.
He's very underrated.
Has had a steady career, no doubt about it. I mean, Kevin Bacon never has been, like, let's say, you know, Keanu Reeves type thing, but he always worked.
Yeah, and I think that's what's cool about it.
I know.
mean, I couldn't see Keanu Reeves playing that gay convict in JFK. But Kevin Bacon fucking crushed that role.
I couldn't unless he decided he wanted it. Then they would have gave it to him over Kevin Bacon. I mean, here's the thing about being Kevin Bacon, and I agree with you. But how many times does you think he wants, oh man, this is the role I want, and they give it to somebody with bigger box office?
Well, I do. Yeah, you're probably right. Most of the time, I do know it happened once. Clint Eastwood said Kevin Bacon was his first choice for Mystic River. He said he loves Kevin Bacon.
And that was the biggest role he's had in the last 10, 20. I mean, he hasn't been sitting next to those other 2 guys in a lot of films, not since the 80s.
No, that's true.
First thing I remember, I know he was in Animal House.
Yeah, he was.
But the first thing I remember him in was Diner. And I thought he was just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I thought, this fucking kid is so strong. And I'm trying to think if he's ever really come close to that kind of role again. You know, because that was really, you know, fairly complex role in a simple teenage movie.
Maybe Sleepers.
It's a different kind of...
Yeah, I mean, Sleepers, he's just, you know, he had the ugly beard and, you know...
It was a great... I love that performance in Sleepers.
But it wasn't a complicated... It was a really two-dimensional part.
But he was really great in that film. I even liked him in that fucking... People don't like it, but I liked him in Murder in the First, where he plays a crazy guy in Alcatraz.
I remember that role, yeah.
And Gary Oldman was the warden who got in trouble, which is a true story. I thought he was great in that, too.
You know, I only watched that film once.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. It's not great. It's pretty good.
What about his role in, was it A Few Good Men? He was really strong in that as the prosecutor.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, that was a paint-by-numbers Tom Cruise movie, but...
Law movie.
The thing is like... It seemed like the guy could have been Gary Oldman at one point. Of course, Gary Oldman would like to be Gary Oldman again. You know, nobody gets this fucking smooth thing. Now, weren't you telling me a Travolta quote the other day?
Yeah, Travolta was saying that there's one person he would want to trade his career for.
L. Ron Hubbard.
No.
He doesn't want to be L. Ron Hubbard.
No, I don't think so. This was Tom Hanks that he wanted to trade his career for.
Wow.
And then he talked about a couple of different things that he was offered that Hanks ended up doing, like Forrest Gump was brought up.
Yeah, well, you did Pulp Fiction instead, so why would you be happy? But actually, John Travolta is the reason why Richard Gere had a career. All Richard Gere movies have been offered to Travolta first, a lot of the big ones. What was the first one that he did where he was like the male prostitute?
American
Gigolo, yeah. And then Travolta was also offered Officer and a Gentleman.
Wow.
And then there was another big hit that Gere had. But Gere's another guy that's never been like the #1 box office star, or I don't even think he's ever been nominated for an Oscar, yet he has been slow and steady. He's a fucking movie star. Can't take it away from him. Kurt Russell, kind of the same way in this last film that you're going, well, you never think if we start to make up a list of the top 10 more famous actors or powerful actors, he would never make the top 10. But he's a top 20 for fucking 25 years, you know?
Yeah. He's a worker.
Yeah.
I like a guy like James Woods, who I thought could have been put in the same breath as maybe, I don't know, maybe not De Niro and Pacino, but just a tier under. But it's like, where's he been for 10 fucking years?
He just did a TV show that didn't work out. I mean, that's how...
This guy's great.
Yeah, I agree. The thing with James Woods is, I don't understand why... I guess because the way he looks, he only gets the bad guy parts. I can fucking root for him in a movie.
I only root for him.
I'll root for him in a movie. I don't need the guy to look like fucking Keanu Reeves before I go, I want to get behind this guy. You know? I wish he did more.
He should absolutely do more. Once Upon a Time in America, or that Lester character was maybe the best part of Casino.
Yeah, he was great, man.
That's awesome.
And I mean, he can play those parts like there's no problem at all.
I saw a movie on HBO the other night, Another Day in Paradise. But it was directed by Larry Clark. He plays like a mentor.
Oh yeah, it's like a drug movie.
Yeah.
They're like thieves and traveling around.
Yeah, they're like they're junkies, but they rip people off.
I didn't know that was a Larry Clark film. He is so frightening in that fucking film.
Yeah, because he's just at one point he's like he's like the fatherly figure, and then as the film progresses, he just becomes this maniac that's just completely obsessed with making money and scoring dope. That's all. It's a great movie.
Is there anything else? Hey, Tim, you're on a Fez.
You guys are forgetting the finest role of Kevin Bacon, though. It had to be Friday the 13th.
Here's Mark. Mark, you're on a Fez.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
Kevin Bacon, did you ever see a movie called The Woodsman?
I won't see kid-touching movies. I always have a problem with kid-touching movies.
But he is awesome in it, and he has a scene in there with a young actress who's like 12 that is just astounding on both sides. I mean, if you get a chance to see the movie, he is really great in it. Very powerful.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't watch it. That I know that he would be really good at it. Here's Bob. Bob, you're on Fez.
Yeah, hey guys, I was wondering, what about Michael Caine? He's in every freaking movie. And not only that, Kevin Bacon is 0 degrees. 1 degree he can't be, man.
Kevin Bacon is 0 degrees.
Doesn't feel right. feels like he is one of the great. Michael Caine is amazing. I mean, I don't think anyone can criticize Michael Caine, except for saying yes too much.
Yeah, he takes a lot of choices, but a lot of people you like do. There's a lot of people who will they won't turn down work. Yeah. Christopher Walken does not turn down work.
And you just don't see those bad movies. And then you wait.
Right.
You wait till you see a Cider House Rules with Michael Caine or whatnot, who I met one time and was a very polite gentleman.
Well, here's the thing about Michael Caine. He'll do a bad movie, but he's not, he's trying his best in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, let's go. Let's try to make this thing work. He knows it's shit, but he's in there swinging.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty solid in Jaws 4. He's not non-believable. He's like, all right, Michael Caine's getting chased by the shark.
Here is Jim. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Dave. Hey, buddy. Hey, Dave. I just thought of a great movie James Woods did, Against All Odds.
Well, it's not a great movie, but his role...
Probably not a great movie, but James Woods...
He played the sleazy guy the way you like him.
He's good. He's very good in that. I do like that movie, Jim, and I think he's really good in that film.
You just like the song. The Phil Collins song.
Yeah.
Hey, remember that hot chick that was in that and you never see her anymore?
Yep. I know exactly who you're talking about.
We do not let pussy age in this country. We like our pussy young.
That's really interesting you would say, because I always look at that like...
Was she Rachel Ward? Was that her name?
Rachel Ward, yes.
Yeah, I think...
You couldn't remember it?
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah. Do you remember, like, the blonde, for instance, in King of Comedy? The blonde in King of Comedy that De Niro tries to give his audition tapes to? I think she was like one of the most beautiful.
She was Shelley Hack. Really? She was a Charlie's Angel.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Because I had no idea who she was, or even the bartender in that movie.
Was she the last Charlie's Angel?
Yeah, she was part of that last wave.
Was she last or was Tanya Roberts?
I don't know, but she was there towards the end.
Yeah.
How come you didn't see her in anything? She
wasn't a great actress. She was more of a model first. Oh. I think she used to do hair commercials or something.
And what about the bartender in King Comedy? I mean,
that black chick?
Yeah. She was black? I thought she was like Dominican.
I can't say because Solera's listening. But, I do have an opinion. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing? Kevin Bacon, he's got this great movie career, this acting career, but a lot of people don't talk about his music career.
Yeah, we do that out of respect.
We
don't bring that up because of respect to him.
The Bacon Brothers, his brother wrote the jingle for Poland Spring.
How's it go?
I didn't know Poland Springs had a jingle.
Yeah, it's got a pretty good one. Poland Spring, what it means to be from Maine.
I never heard that. I swear to God, I never... Holy shit, I did think of a James Woods film you got to see. I bet you never saw it. Fast Walking. From the early 80s.
Never even heard of it.
He did great movies. I think Eyewitness was in the early 80s. The Onion Field. Have you ever seen any of those?
No, I haven't heard the Onion.
If you're James... Yeah, this was him when he was young.
Okay.
Did you see Fast Walking?
I haven't seen Fast Walking. I have seen The Onion Field.
Great stuff, right?
Unbelievable movie.
Let me look it up real quick because I want to get the chick's name that he was with.
That's a really good time period for him.
Oh, yeah. All right. This is the fucking wildest movie. He's like this guy in like a woman's prison or whatever. I haven't seen it in years. It's real West Texas type shit. Right on the border of Mexico. But Kay Lenz was late 70s, early 80s pussy. That was amazing. I think she was married to Keith Partridge at one time.
Yes, she was. She was briefly married to him.
It's unfucking believable how good and greasy James Woods is in this movie. Then in the early 80s, he did that Oliver Stone film about El Salvador.
Unbelievable.
Fucking phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, all these movies that we're talking about, none of them were hits.
Really?
Yeah, none of them were hits.
And like we said, Once Upon a Time in New York is also in the early 80s. Too.
Right.
In America.
In America.
That's one of my all-time favorite films, Once Upon a Time in America. You got to watch the uncut version, though.
I don't think I've ever seen. You would like this, Fez, because the Don Cesar is in it.
Oh, nice.
There's just one shot of the Don Cesar. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, good James Woods movie. My Name is Bill W. They show it in AA.
Yeah, it's a TV movie.
I saw it.
He's good.
I liked it. I thought he was very believable.
He will do the occasional TV movie. He'll do anything. He don't give a shit. What's he? He's James Woods. Big poker player, too, I understand.
Really?
Yeah, I like to get him and Ann against each other, see what happens.
I even like James Woods in Any Given Sunday. I mean, that's how much I like James Woods. Maybe I'm going to have a James Woods.
Was he the doctor in that?
Yeah, he was the dirty, sleazy doctor who was, LT is like 5 concussions, and he's like making sure, he's going to put him on the field somehow. He's like, Shark, these guys are warriors. You're like, oh, okay. And he gets in an argument with Matthew Modine. Hey, he's a good character in that flick.
He's a good actor, man.
Yeah, he is.
Has he ever been nominated for anything like an award? Can't think of once.
God, I would think he would have to be. You think
I
he's
don't think he's
nominated
ever
for Casino?
I don't think he's ever gotten nominated at all, which is surprising.
Yeah, I don't get it. They don't like him for, Here, let me go over here. Oh, it's our buddy Fred from Brooklyn. Hello, Fred.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, Fred, what you smoking?
A great James Wood movie, bestseller with Brian Dennehy. Great movie.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that. I saw that
good one.
Denny's great on everything, too.
Yeah,
I do love that guy.
He would be perfect.
I loved him in 10 as the bartender. And at one point in 10, right, he's like, yeah, what do I know? And he says to him, how old are you? 40. And you're like, he looks so old in this movie. He looks like he could be 58. I just turned 40. He always looked old, that guy. All right, thanks, Fred.
What about Wild Things with Kevin Bacon? What did you think of him in that?
I actually did like him in that, except for I'm not there to see people's dicks. I'm old school that way. All right, peace.
Brian Dennehy in FX is good. He's just he's Brian Dennehy, the same old cop routine.
He's on Broadway right now, and Winnie Cooper says that he's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
He always wears a small tie whenever he's playing a cop. His tie is always about 4 inches.
That's funny, man.
He's such a big guy. I don't know if he has a choice.
Just every tie looks small.
Yeah, Brian Denny. He did this movie called Gladiator, which has I think that's Cuba Gooding Jr. It's like about this underground boxing league, and at the end he plays like the bad promoter, and at the end he gets into the ring and fights, and I'm like. And he's like kicking the kid, like this kid is like 19, 20 years old. He's kicking his ass. And I'm like, there's no way. Because Brian Denny's like 60, 63 years old. And he's just kicking his ass. And he goes, don't hit the guy in the forehead. He said, never hit a guy in the forehead. You'll break your hand. And he just ducks his head and hits him in the forehead.
Leo, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, a good James Wood movie is Diggstown.
It's a terrible movie that I've watched so many times that I actually had Billy Staples do the Diggstown challenge. And I played the James Wood character. And then poor Billy got knocked out by, I think, like the 4th or 5th. And I literally faked that the bell had rung. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with these judges? They said, and I'm pointing at a wall, and the people are booing, they claim that the bell is rung. This is bullshit. There's Billy trying to get a second win. We're throwing water in his face. I'm coming over. You get 6 more fucking guys, Billy. Keep your shit together.
Holy shit.
Hey, we got to take a break here. Ron and Fez Show.
It's the Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Back with the Ron and Fez Show on a Wednesday, 866-RON-0-FEZ. That's 866-766-0339. Or you can always email us at ronandfez@AOL.com.
What happened to you?
I got a little choked up there for whatever reason.
Thinking about Dave?
Maybe that's what it was. Just excited about Eastside Dave getting married. And, of course, the bachelor party coming up a week from this Friday, 4/20, at the VIP Club in Manhattan.
Some people are sending some emails. Apparently some guy got fired, a radio guy, for repeating what Ima said. It does make sense. If you can't say it, why would you be able to repeat it?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, it's of
course, this was in Stroudsburg. So if you're fired in Stroudsburg, how do you even know?
They may have been doing the guy a favor at that point. Yeah, that's how eggshell this thing has gotten now. Where Stroudsburg DJs are getting blown out. Gail O, her memorial service is this Saturday. That's going to be at 10 a.m. at the Corpus Christi Catholic Church. That's at 9715 North 56th Street in Temple Terrace, Florida. Also, if you would like to go online and sign an online guest book, some memories of Gail O, just send your condolences to Paulo. That's floridamortuary.net/guestbook, floridamortuary.net/guestbook. And you can sign things there. You can send things to Paulo. He is reading those things because I was in touch with him, and they mean an awful lot to him. So, as he heads towards Gail O's memorial service this Saturday. And if you could, put in something nice for Gail O. From the gossip reports, there's talk about K-Fed, Britney Spears' ex, getting back together with his ex, Shar Jackson, who he has 2 kids with. So I'm just wondering if this might have been the plan the entire time. Go get a nice settlement from Britney Spears, then back to Shar Jackson. Almost like it's Bonnie and Clyde, this con that they've pulled on this poor bald-headed girl.
I don't know, she seems to be doing good again, right?
Yeah, they said she's doing good.
She's at Lakers games, and she's wearing a wig. You can't even tell it's not her hair.
She supposedly met someone in rehab that she's now in love with.
Oh, I thought she was in love with this guy from the Lakers. She shows up for every game.
I had heard all right, that's 2 different things then.
You know what? Take your thing, because I have no idea. I really don't find myself all caught up in the Britney thing.
Tennessee Titans cornerback Pac-Man Jones, he's been suspended by the NFL commissioner for the entire 2000 season. No, for fighting with a Bengal, with one of the Cincinnati Bengals. So he is out for the entire season. Or until he can come up with a much better nickname than Pac-Man. Seems a little dated, not exactly the scariest sports nickname out there. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-766-0339.
Hey, Chuck. Chuck, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, 5971 checking in.
Hey, man, what's happening?
Not too much. 2 things. I got to correct Earl. He brought up Gladiator before. It's obvious Earl's never hit a man. You can punch whoever you want in the fucking forehead. You can't hit anybody in the top of the head.
That's what the entire scene was about, the top of the head.
And the other thing is, amazing walking movie. Saw it again yesterday. Things to do in Denver when you're dead.
Not a gigantic fan of that.
Are you kidding me?
I honestly think it is so purposefully trying to beat Tarantino that it just misses. There's some good performances in it, but overall not a big fan of the film. Hey, Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yo, hey, Ron Fez. Hey, check this out. When I was younger, I used to get James Caan and James Woods mixed up. I don't know why. I mean, other than the first names, but to me, they have similar acting styles. I mean, with James Caan obviously having just a little more talent, I think.
Yeah, I don't see how you even compare the two. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, just want to do a Daily Fez correction. Pac-Man and the Bengals were separate. Pac-Man was for the Vegas incident at NBA All-Star Weekend.
Oh, okay. Guess there was trouble. There was riots and trouble out there in Vegas. But I guess it's all adding up. So that's going to cost him an entire season in the NFL.
Where are you getting these news stories from?
That one I think I got from an intern or Eastside Dave.
Who's responsible for Fez feeling upset?
I believe that was Pitsy, who got the Pac-Man news.
Hey, Tom, you're on Ron and Fez. Tom, we got you, buddy?
Hey, what's up, fellas? I just wanted to call and say James Woods was nominated for an actor award, Best Supporting Actor for Ghost of Mississippi in '97.
That was the only one? Big
Yeah,
Ass Prize Closet, my friend. Thank you very much. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Megan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yes, I was wondering if any of you saw the Family Guy episode where James Woods was the character. They were going to change the name of James with High School. And he was playing like a psychotic. Him and Peter had a weird relationship.
Was it the real James Woods playing it, or?
Yeah, it was the real James Woods.
Well, thanks. He's kind of played himself as a maniac on Entourage, too. He's one of those guys who's just like, okay, if that's my reputation, that's it now. Bob, you're on Fez.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, I give James Woods the best actor and the best man contest because he had the ability to drive himself to the emergency room after his girlfriend superglued his cock to his leg when she found him cheating on him.
Well, she better get used to that. Better get used to that. Jimmy Woods don't like to sit around. Jim Mill, you're on Fez.
Hey, spy report.
Oh, good. We need one, baby.
Spy report. Spy report.
I heard that it's Bill Walton's son that Britney Spears is with.
I know somebody. Supposedly that's the big thing. I just never can keep up with the fact that America cares who dates who. It's always surprising to me.
Now, in Senegal, they said that the same chips that were spotted coming up with weapons to hunt, they've now been seen living in caves, much like early man did. This same group of chimps, every few months they find out they've done something a little bit smarter, a little bit more human-like.
Fez, that's not the way evolution works. Who is the news report that you're getting this from?
I got this from LiveScience.com.
Evolution doesn't work that, the same generation just starts... You're acting like they're evolving over the past 8 months, instead of most of the times this takes hundreds of thousands of years.
Yeah, but isn't it odd, though, that they're doing two human things?
I don't believe the report. I don't believe the report that chimps are now throwing spears at animals and bringing them back to their caves. No, I'm not falling for it.
This is leaps and bounds. This may be some sort of skip in evolution. Where next thing you know, you're going to spot one of these things in Senegal with a wheel.
I never fall for all the monkey stories, because most of the time you ever heard this story about the 100th chimp and all that, it always turns out that it's never true. I want Planet of the Apes to happen as much as anyone else. I do want to have a battle between us and the apes to see who's taking over. But I do not believe any monkeys have spears and are now living tribally in caves. It doesn't make sense. I want to see this for myself with my own eyes. And the only person I hear it from is you. And you gave out what?
LiveScience.com.
LiveScience.com.
Yeah.
Is that a place that you go to?
Oh, yeah, I always check out what's going on at LiveScience.com.
What are some of the other facts at LiveScience.com?
I think one of the other reports today was...
Bat Boy?
No, not Bat Boy.
The president's now meeting with that alien, that same alien?
That's WorldWeeklyNews.com.
Jeremy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure James Woods won a Cable Ace Awards for Citizen Cone. It was an HBO movie.
Good movie, too, actually, to tell you the truth. Actually, not a great movie, but his portrayal, dead on. Dead on. He's great. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, James Woods was up for Best Lead Actor Oscar for Salvador, 1986.
Who else won that if James Woods didn't for that? Because he was phenomenal in that movie.
That was Paul Newman for Color of Money.
He can't. I thought Paul Newman won for The Verdict. I did not think he won for Color of Money.
I think he won for Color of Money because I remember he was on location shooting a movie and he was drunk out of his skull when he accepted the Oscar.
Who was?
Paul Newman.
Bullshit. That's just crazy talk. You and Fez are bringing in crazy lies today. Find out which movie that he won the Oscar for. Would you, Dave? Right away? Thanks, buddy. Here's Anthony. Anthony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey boys, how you doing?
Good.
Jimmy Woods was on one of those flights with the terrorists coming from New York to L.A., reported it to the FBI, like right before 9/11.
Yeah, I remember him after 9/11 come in and saying that he complained and nobody would listen to him. Yeah, nothing ever really came out of that. Whether those were the actual terrorists, I don't know. But he claims that he had called the FBI because he didn't like the way these guys were acting on a plane. And he didn't do anything about it.
Hopefully people listen to James Woods from now on.
We got an answer there?
It was for the color of money.
There you go. And he was drunk when he showed up?
I just remember him accepting an award, and he was just like, he was so out of it, and everyone...
Color of Money? I didn't think he was necessarily good in that.
It's probably one of the weaker Scorsese movies overall.
I'm not a big fan of it.
But I think it was one of those deals where, like, it was like Pacino with Scent of a Woman. They gave him for a role that he shouldn't have won for.
He deserved it sooner or later. I think Newman's unbelievable. Matter of fact, I did not sleep a wink last night, Fez.
Really?
But
Again?
You're not going to hear about it. My new thing is I don't bother anybody with it. My new thing is if I don't sleep, you're not going to hear about it from me. But I just wanted to bring it up for this story. And it's terrible to be up all night. But something like 4 o'clock this morning, what's on TV? Cool Hand Luke. And it was like being given a gift. It was like Jesus himself said, look, I know you can't sleep. I want you to have this gift. Turn on AMC and watch Cool Hand Luke. He is so fucking phenomenal in that movie. It's unbelievable how good that movie is.
That egg scene is just too much. I can't stand an egg to begin with. And when you see his stomach bulging because he's got that many eggs in him, it's disgusting. That is a brutal scene.
So you don't like the film?
The film is good. The egg scene just really gets to me.
Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
I got a great walking movie and a James Wood. I think James Wood did an episode of Family Guy. I know they used him for a full episode. I don't know.
We talked about this with a caller 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago. What happens to people? They just go, I want to talk. I don't care what I just heard.
Andy Richter's latest sitcom, Andy Barker, P.I., been canceled by NBC after 4 episodes.
How many is that for him now?
That is, let's see, there's Andy Barker, there's Andy Richter Rules the Universe, there was that Father of Five that was on either Fox or WB, and I don't know if there was another one,
I think there's been more, man.
Yeah,
I think there's been like 5 altogether that he's been canceled.
Oh, I thought that was his third, but even still, I mean, his third shot. So it's curtains for him.
Everybody, I don't know. Everybody likes him. This time Conan got behind him. You know there's something funny about the guy. He feels like he should become a sitcom star. It just it never seems to work for him.
I'm not sure if he should. It feels like he might be, I hate to say it, but a fun peripheral guy, a Hank Kingsley, if you will. I mean, I'm not sure if Andy can carry a series.
That's a good point. Has he ever tried that before? Has he been like part of the gang? How many series has he had canceled? That's what we need to know.
Yeah.
Because he has gotten more shots than anybody I know. I don't see him throwing any other things at Mr. Rhodes. Lord knows he's got something else to give the world.
And usually he's the guy. It's Andy's show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, usually has his name in the title.
Right.
But you are right. I mean, it's not like you ever watched the Andy Richter show. That was Conan's show.
No.
With him sitting there.
Right. And, I mean, Andy was funny, but sometimes people like mythologize Andy? Mythologize.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Richter. He was very funny on the show, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like he was Belushi or... I mean, he wasn't like a humongous standout part of that show for me. It was all the other skits that were the best part of Conan.
So, I don't know why the guy left, though. Why can't you try out for these shows while you're sitting there and picking up a paycheck?
That would be the best job ever.
You don't think Conan's going to let him go off in the morning and see if he can't get on a TV show? Or go Conan? And look what Conan does for the drummer. He'll let him go on a damn world tour and come back.
Right. Yeah, Max Weinberg gets to do whatever he wants. Andy should have just chilled out and done things when Conan has time off.
What's your hurry, Andy? Why don't you make sure second's open before you start running towards it?
Now Conan's going to be on the Tonight Show, and Andy...
Is he?
Well...
Because I'm betting against it.
That's still 2 years away at this point.
Conan's not even... I can't even watch Conan anymore. I watched the guy on CBS. What's his name, Earl?
I'm sorry?
Who's the guy that does the CBS show up against Conan?
Craig Ferguson?
Try to get him on the show. Craig Ferguson, to me right now, and the guests aren't as good. He does a stronger monologue than Conan, and I believe he's a better interview.
Really?
I'm going to give him stronger monologue. Have you ever stayed up late and watched him, Feds?
Yeah, I've watched Craig Ferguson.
What do you think?
I love Craig Ferguson.
I think he's very strong. He doesn't do jokes. He'll go in and tell a story. It's very, very strong.
And I think that works in Craig Ferguson's favor, because if you're like, I like to watch Letterman, and sometimes it just feels like when I'm watching Letterman, then I have to watch Conan. It's too much.
Same thing?
Showbiz.
Yeah.
And there's a different vibe with Craig Ferguson that I like.
It is a nice transition from Letterman to Ferguson.
I think Conan does Letterman 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand if you're younger, you're going to like Conan.
Right.
But I felt like I've seen that whole thing before already.
Yeah, maybe that's why, too.
And the thing about Ferguson is you feel like he's doing his show that he's just coming up with.
Yeah, he's got his own vibe.
Hey, how did everybody like CT and Jiven last night?
CT and Jiven, I thought very strong. Did a good job. A lot of energy there, that's for sure.
Did you listen to it?
I listened to a little bit of it, yeah. And I thought they did really well.
Rocket Earl?
Yeah, I listened to about an hour and a half. It was really strong.
What do you think about them compared to the Hideout? Who you pick? Be honest.
I'll go with the Hideout.
Yeah, I would say Hideout at this point.
Hideout.
All right, then I got to recall Manelli. I gave him the wrong news. I haven't listened to either show, but I told him CT and Jiven. I thought they were the new kids in town. Everybody seemed to be excited. Shit. All right, well, that's why pencils have erasers. John, turn your pencil around.
Well, I mean, CT and Jiven are going places. There's no question about that, but...
Well, they had it.
Hideout
to me, until you guys came in and cock-blocked them.
Oh, boy. Gonna have to say an apology to Jiven tonight, maybe. But the Hideout, they're,
They're what?
They're a machine. I mean, they're ready-made.
A little more polished.
Yeah, machine. That's how I think about those guys. It's the old Cincinnati, the big red machine. You got Johnny Bench, Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, Dave Concepcion. Who was the third base?
That was Pete Rose.
Oh, you're right. Well, didn't Pete move over to first? Oh, first base was...
Tony Perez.
Tony Perez, great ball player.
Tony Perez?
Then Foster in the outfield.
You had Foster in left, Cesar Geronimo in center. And who played right? I can't remember who played right field.
God, that was a big red machine.
Yeah.
I mean, that fucking lineup sounds like a Hall of Fame lineup.
They recently, ESPN Classic had the top 20 baseball teams of all time. That ranked number 3rd. That ranked 3.
Number 3rd.
That ranked 3 in the thing. And I thought that was a little surprising. I thought they would maybe get 2nd. So maybe, I guess it wasn't that big of a drop-off.
Oh, my God. I can't believe it. All right, what did they give it to?
They gave it to... Do you want me to say?
Yeah, go ahead and read through.
27 Yankees.
27 Yankees.
Number one. And then 98 Yankees over the big red machine. 98 Yankees at number 2. So that's where I thought could be debatable.
Could have been 2 and 3, yeah.
Because I know Joe Morgan thinks that his big red machine's better than the 98 Yankees.
Yeah, but how many championships did the big red machine win?
That's an excellent point.
That's their problem.
Just back to back. And where the Yankees had that 3-peat 4 out of 5.
You could have said that the Oakland A's in the early 70s better than the late 70s.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a team of the 70s, I might pick either that late surge by the Yankees, when that like the Bronx Zoo guys, or the Oakland A's.
I think I even might, and I'm a Yankees fan, pick Oakland A's. 3 in a row is extremely hard to do, and their team only got broken up because of free agency.
Yeah, look, let's face it. You wouldn't have had the Bronx Zoo if they don't break up the Oakland A's.
We got Catfish.
Yeah.
We got Reggie.
Catfish and Reggie, you take them out of the Bronx Zoo, that's a gigantic difference.
And it was just that owner. That fucking old man, Charlie Finley, had to screw everything up.
He kind of made it fun, though.
Dick face. No, those guys would have won through 1980.
Yeah, but the fact that I like a bad owner every once in a while. Earl, who do you got for us?
We have Craig Ferguson on the line.
Thank you. That was quick. Thank you.
Yes, he's going to be appearing at Comics with an X, at 353 West 14th Street in New York from April 13th through the 15th. You can go to comicsny.com for more information about the shows featuring Craig Ferguson.
Craig Ferguson, how are you, sir?
Hello, my friends. How are you?
We were just talking about what a great talk show that you do.
You were?
Yeah, we were. We were talking about how strong the monologue is day in, day out. I think people that don't attempt to speak for a living have no idea maybe how good you are at doing that.
It's pretty hard, isn't it? I'm sure you have to do the same thing every day. I mean, the days when, Dick Cheney shoots his lawyer in the face, are
right.
like, they're like gold dust, like a walk in the park days.
Yeah.
And then when nothing really happens, Jesus, it's hard.
But what I love about what you're doing right now is that you're not doing 15, 20 jokes. You're taking it back to, might be a story of you going to the store, whatever's going on in your life.
Yeah, well, that's the way. I mean, that seemed more comfortable for me. When I started out, when I started doing the show, I did reading the, hey, how about those Yankees, and hey, how about that, but it sounded kind of phony. When I was talking about the Yankees, I thought I was talking like about the Revolutionary War or something. Right. Like that. It just sounded really stupid. So I just thought it would be more authentic if I was going to. I thought if I'm going to fail at this, I'm going to fail at least being myself rather than fail being somebody else. And that's actually paradoxically when it started to work, is when I started to, just do what I felt was the right thing to do.
It looks like you're having a lot of fun doing the show. It seems like you're having fun with the interviews.
I love it. I do love it. I mean, it's a job. Some days you love it more than others, but it's not rocket science. It's easy. And I think of it a lot like a radio show in the sense that, when you have a guest on a radio show, you guys, we didn't do 15 or 20 minutes. I didn't talk to your producer about what you can and can't say and all that kind of stuff. And that's the way we do it here. In a lot of talk shows, what they do is you've got a publicist telling you what can and can't happen, but we don't really do any of that here.
And that does help because I know you had Tarantino on.
Yeah.
And you guys sat around and talked about old movies, where if I see him doing a lot of talk shows, and I was talking about this not too long ago, he has to have a story about losing his luggage or something. It's like you need really quick things on TV.
Yeah, it seems to be that way, but I don't think it's... I thought Quentin actually was a great guest last night, because we were both talking about stuff that we were... interested in and fascinated rather than, hey, did something funny happen to you when you were making the movie? Do you guys play pranks on each other and all that kind of stuff? I mean, it seems kind of phony to do that to me. I mean, it works sometimes, but I just get bored with it too quickly.
But so you think to yourself, okay, I got Quentin Tarantino coming on. If I can't make that work, then that's my fault. We got to make that part better. But I'm not going to try to have him have a bunch of jokes for me.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, there's the whole idea about being a host is to try and put someone at their ease. Like whether it's a party at your house or or a party anywhere or a TV show, you're the host. So if you can get people to loosen up and just have a good time, then I think it's more interesting.
So why go back and do stand-up here live? What do you?
It's kind of like you guys on satellite get to say anything you want and use any words you want. That's not the case with me. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so it's nice to be able to work without a censor or worrying about what the sponsors are going to say or anything like that. And also, when I do the monologue, it's 10 minutes, and then I got to quit. With the stand-up, you can open it up and, you do an hour and you talk about anything you like.
What have you heard back from CBS? Did they tweak you at all, or they, going on a little later helps you out?
I think going a little later helps you anyway. But, I mean, CBS I don't hear much from them occasionally. I mean, because we don't really write the monologue, it's pretty difficult for them to say you can't say that because it's not written anywhere, But they've always been pretty supportive about it. I mean, they really try to be okay. I mean, when you occasionally get, nervousness from advertisers more than the network itself, and I understand they're a network. I play the game a bit, I mean, it's not like, it's not cable. People haven't bought the show, so it's getting beamed directly into people's houses. That it's a different criteria that you have to remember. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
So you do that, you still have the acting, and you've written a novel. You just can't seem to focus yourself.
Yeah, I know, I'm a dilettante. That's what it is. It's because I was a high school dropout. It was funny when I was talking to Tarantino about that last night. He said he kind of gave up on high school when he was about 14, and I mean exactly the same. Because I kind of knew what I wanted to do. I mean, doing stand-up or doing this show or writing a novel or acting, I think it's all kind of the same thing. It's all... it's all related to show business. It's all kind of either showing off or writing stuff down, and that's where I'm most comfortable. So I don't see it as being a bunch of different things. It's all kind of much the same thing.
And oddly enough, if a kid had those kind of interests today, they'd say ADD, they put them on Ritalin, and that'd be the end of them.
Yeah, well, I did medicate myself in a rather more informal way for about 20 years. It wasn't Ritalin, but it was, there were other things.
But I said the same thing, that when I used to do the same dope when I was a kid, only we knew it was dope. We copped as
that's
dope.
Right. We weren't pretending it was meant to be recreational.
Where now all my friends have, I need this fucking help to sleep. Yeah, I used to too. Now I got to take a meeting.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm going
you-
to a meeting and get a little bit of exercise.
Sure. Hey, you used to live in New York for a while, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, in the bad
I used
days?
to live in the East Village.
And that was when New York was a little rougher, right, than now?
It was, it was the East Village in 1984. So, and I lived in a couple of different addresses. I lived, Venero's Bakery on 11th Street.
Great place.
Right, it's fantastic. I used to live above that. Then I moved to 10 on B, above a furniture store at the corner there. And then 4 on D, which was crazy at that point. I mean, that was just nuts. I had to get out of there fast. 4 and D in 1984 was just, it was just nuts.
You're living in Alphabet City. They're making movies about your neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It was weird, though. I mean, I liked the neighborhood then. I've gone back, like, when I've gone back now in Tompkins Square Park, it's got, little swing parks, a little doggy area in it and stuff. I'm like, wow, that's great. It used to be the most dangerous park in New York.
Yeah, it used to be, hey, whatever you do, stay out of the park. No matter what happens, don't go into the park.
And, and then, of course, at 2 o'clock in the morning, that becomes more of a challenge.
Doing some stand-up. He's going to be in town.
Craig Ferguson's going to be at Comics. That's Comics with an X on West 14th Street in New York. That's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For information, you can go to comicsny.com.
Craig, when you go out and do the stand-up, do you write it hard, or is it just kind of
No,
something
it's
you're
the same
improvising?
as the monologue technique, which is I have some bullet points, stuff that I know that I'm going to talk about, but I don't, and you have, go-to bits that exist within the hour, but at the same time, I kind of try and keep it loose so that I can riff on it, so that I can stay interested. There's a lot of guys that do it different ways, but I enjoy it if I'm hearing the material for the first time myself too.
And when you came over from Scotland, is it much different to, particularly doing stand-up, to relate to American audiences, or?
It seems like a long time ago since I mean, it's like 12, 13 years since I came over. I suppose it is a little bit, but I can't tell you what the differences are anymore. I mean, I'm sure I would have a much harder time playing in the UK now than I do here.
Isn't that strange?
The references are all American now.
Are you doing any more acting? Is there any time for that now?
No, I don't have any. I don't have any time or any real inclination to do it. Billy Bob Thornton offered me a movie that he's making down in Miami this summer, but I just couldn't do it. I just can't get away. I'm doing this thing. I've got to feed this beast every day.
No, is he a guy that you hang out with, or he's into your work?
No, I kind of met him through work, and I like him. He's a nice guy, and but I don't think we don't hang out. But he asked me if I wanted to come and make this film with him.
It's amazing too. I just rewatched Sling Blade not too long ago, and I forgot how fucking great that movie was.
That is a brilliant fucking movie. That movie. When I saw that, I was like, oh my! I can't believe they made that.
I know.
It's a terrific film, and people forget how good an actor he is.
Yeah, because of the whole Angelina Jolie, and he does, you get caught up in, whatever these TV shows say about him. But then you go back and watch that. I mean, it's like Orson Welles great.
I know, he is sensational. Did he win an Oscar for that? He won the Oscar for the writing.
For the writing, yeah. But, I mean, the performing, did he direct it as well? Or?
Yeah. He did, yeah. You know who was great in that movie as well? Remember John Ritter?
Oh, yeah, he was great.
Fantastic in that movie.
And the country music guy that was in it, too.
Dwight Yoakam. Yeah, that's right. Who is that again?
Yeah, just an amazing beat. The little kid was amazing. I'm sitting back, and I guess I hadn't watched it in a couple of years.
No, it's a really good film.
Like, shit, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Craig Ferguson coming to New York. Craig, it's a pleasure to talk to you, and you're really doing terrific work, man.
Thank you. It's very nice to talk to you. If you get a chance, come along to the show.
All right, we'll come by and see you.
All right.
Take care.
Thanks, Craig. Craig
Bye.
Ferguson, he's going to be at Comics, West 14th Street in New York. That's this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For more information, comicsny.com. Also, his novel, Between the Bridge and the River, that's available in paperback. And, of course, The Late Late Show on CBS.
Earl, way to run in with that quick. I didn't know he had that many things going on. I do want to read his novel, too. I like the guy. I think he's strong. You're more of a Conan guy, right?
No, I'm a Letterman guy, so actually I go...
I'm a Letterman guy first and foremost,
yeah.
still.
So if I tend to stick with the show, I'll stick with CBS.
So you'll stay with them.
That's right.
You know what? I'm going to be loyal to CBS.
It's a little bit laziness mixed with a little bit of loyalty.
Earl, the one name of the Reds that you missed in that lineup, Ken Griffey Sr.
Yes. I know, I'm an ass.
It's... first of all, if you left anybody, I can't believe I didn't remember Tony Perez's name. Unfucking believable ball player.
So if you
was not a weak link.
Well, I wonder if you matched them up to the 98 Yankees. I mean, how it would go. You got Bench definitely over Posada. I guess you got to take Tony Perez over Tino. Shit.
Earl, why can't you grab other people that fast? Get me George Bush. And do it faster.
I'm on it.
Hey, do you like how I got Craig Ferguson to finally say fuck? But he didn't come out. He's like, it was a good fucking movie.
He still wasn't sure.
Yeah. But what are you doing, Craig Ferguson? You've ruined everything. Your career is over, sir.
Totally make him go insane. Like,
how dare you, sir?
But I thought I heard you curse.
Yeah.
I didn't curse.
What's with the mouth?
Look at Dave. Even though your dick's bleeding, you're still in love, huh?
Oh, yeah. My dick. I mean, my love. My love. My love life.
My dick.
My baby.
Good. Did you talk to her today since all your problems that you passed out?
Yeah, I did. Right before I got here, just a very brief phone call where I said, pipe in the dick, finger in the ass, and I was passed out.
I'm feigning.
So just gave her those 3 key points.
Hey, Leroy. Leroy, you're on Fez. Leroy, go ahead, buddy.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
You're my hero. That was probably the best interview I've heard in a long time. It was really down to earth.
Well, first of all, it's the only interview we do around here. Earl, stop booking guests. Who's the last person we had on? Kareem, Earl?
D.A. Pennebaker.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
So what are you, every 2 months you get another guest?
I don't plan it that way, but...
Well, you're done for the spring.
Is that it?
Hopefully not, no.
He always says it's feast or famine, so hopefully this...
I haven't seen any feast. I just saw famine.
Hopefully this begins the feast.
7 years of famine.
It's feast or famine.
Only his feasts are just one little small meal. That's his feast.
Oh, by the way, putting together this gig for our buddy, who is, whackbag, legitimately getting married. He is now engaged.
I'm engaged. For real. For real.
With a woman.
With a hand on the Bible. With a woman. And
no more ET for you, my friend.
Okay.
I'm just going by what the doctor said today.
He didn't say that.
Remember when you were in with ET?
Oh, that doctor, yeah. I thought you were talking about my dick doctor.
How do I know what your dick doctor says? I'm not done there with your dictaphone. I can't listen to what's going on, what he's saying into your cock. Does he talk when he's looking at your cock?
Mm-hmm.
See, I would either you can look at my cock or talk. You can't do both. That's way too familiar that he's just rolling back a little bit. Sue, what do you think of this weather?
I know.
Boy, Mets got off to a hell of a start. All right, you can either talk to me or fondle me. You can't do both.
The talking helps relax you a little bit.
I don't get relaxed with anybody.
He could be telling you the secret to the universe, and I don't think it would take your mind off what he's doing with his hands.
Well, it was very weird day today. Well, with him just slipping into my bum. I got inspired by Craig Ferguson, so...
Hey, he was in my bum there. You know what? If I was Scottish, I'd be on TV, too. It's very fucking easy to get people like you when you're Scottish.
Yeah?
It's much more friendly. Everything about us sounds like shit.
Well, because they're broke. Their accent always makes the end of the sentence go up.
Yeah.
And it just sounds cheery.
I'll tell you the thing. If you're Irish, you have a key to the city of New York. Mooch came into this thing, and basically, it was like he was the fifth U2. It was like, people just loved him. They talked to him like they knew him. They bought him drinks. Women fell in love with him. Guys wanted to hang with him. All because he's not from around here. What we really like in this country is from people somewhere else.
Well, white foreigners.
Oh, yeah. That's what I meant.
Sure, yeah.
That's what I meant. When I said people, that's where I was going.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Is there... I think I would like to hang out with an African guy before I would an American.
That's true.
African-American. I'd be much more comfortable going, hey, you're from Mbagwe, than I am of Compton. Oh, jeez. Excuse me, got to get going.
And they have a nice way of speaking, too, those Africans. Like Mr. Echo.
Right.
Soothing.
Hello, everyone. I am going to enunciate for you.
Yeah.
It's a very classy accent.
Yeah. It is wonderful to be here in America, where, our guys are just, way too casual. Try to be more African, Earl, if you can. And I'll try to be more Irish.
Let me try to do that. Why, thank you very, very much, Ron.
That's not really bad, Earl. Keep talking that way.
What, like this?
Mm-hmm.
I always think of just coming into America as that
Use
reference.
it. Whatever it takes. I bet you get a lot more pussy.
That and
some would be a lot more
and trading places when he goes, Merry New Year.
Here is, let me go over here to Jimmy. Jimmy, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Hey, this is Jimmy from North Salem. I had one of the answers for the Reds, but I think you guys got it. George Foster.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you in the big ass prize closet anyway.
Huh?
Yeah.
Thank you. Although I had another thing for Dave.
Even though I said George Foster earlier. Or Earl, you said George Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he?
Who was, to me, the Black Dave Kingman. If I had a name for George Foster, he would either hit that thing with a fucking paddle or nothing.
Well, if you remember, he was on the Mets, too, him and Kingman together, and they were both pieces of shit.
Yeah. Well, the Mets have had a way of getting people at the wrong time.
Oh, yeah, just ask Mo Vaughn.
Yeah.
Roberto Alomar.
Vince
I had a quick question for Dave. I just want to congratulate him on his newly engagement.
Thanks, Jimmy.
No problem, buddy. Hey, being married 20 years. My question to you, Dave, is will the old lady be the entertainment at the bachelor party? Because if so, I'd really like to go.
She will be there, right?
Yeah, she's going to be
And
there.
maybe if we applaud, she'll jump up on stage and shake that moneymaker.
I don't know
last
about
time.
that.
Huh?
I don't know about
You're
that.
in the big-ass prize closet. If she wants to, it's there. The poll's there if she wants it.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be happening. But, hey, she's allowed to do what she wants. That's all I got about that.
All right. I just got an email. This is so nice from the publicist of for Craig Ferguson. I don't even know his name. He invited me out to dinner when he comes to town.
Really? That's this weekend.
Is it?
Yeah.
Great.
Is that for both of us?
It just says Ron.
Oh.
And he also put in there, next time we hope to get to meet Fez. Well, you were here. You did the plugs for him.
Yeah.
I'm just going to write...
Reply back.
I'm going to reply back, fuck you, fuckball. How's that?
Thank you, Ron.
Then you're going to miss a meal, though.
I'm not really doing that. I'm trying to build him up.
Oh. Okay.
I'm trying to build him up. Bring Pitsy in here. I want to talk to Pitsy. I got a little announcement to make about Pitsy. No, I'm not going to read anything about that. Let me go over here to Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Hey, great interview with Craig. Aren't we creeping up on a deadline for that Stones interview?
When's the Ron Wood interview taking place?
Well, it's supposed to be by the first day of summer, but I've kind of hit a little snag with that because they rescheduled the European tour, which starts May 5th, and they're going to be on tour pretty much through August.
June 21st was the day.
June 21st was the date.
Good luck with that.
So now I don't have a lot of time. I'm trying to make that happen.
Pitsy, I want to talk. Won't you be brother? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
It's a Big Brother update.
Sorry, Pitsy. It's time to talk. It's Idle Chatter with Mikey Boy. Hey, Mikey Boy.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
What do you say?
Last night's show was kind of a mess. They went for the whole Latin thing, and they had Jennifer Lopez, of all people, coming in. And not really a connoisseur that, I know a lot about Latin music, but I got to imagine anyone who does must have cringed the entire episode.
It was El Stinko. There's some Spanish for you.
I mean, it's sort of like didn't go real deep with the Spanish songs. It was like 2 Gloria Estefan songs, 2 from that mega Santana album from the late 90s.
Yeah, out of all the Santana things, both of them were just the 2 recent hits.
Yeah, and so it's just ridiculous. And, I mean, turn the beat around, and it just, Mark Anthony. So it was pretty pathetic. And I also like the fact that, normally when they have a guest come in, there's always somebody kind of gushing about them. Oh, Tony Bennett is my hero, or something like this. And nobody really said anything about J-Lo. She just sort of seemed like a really awful representative for that.
But she seems like she's got a lot of energy and was, into them. I mean, most of them just yeah, good luck with that. But she seemed like she really wanted to coach them. She made them dance.
Yeah.
The fat girl's dancing because of J-Lo.
And I actually thought that the best performance, well, for entertainment value, is Sanjaya with his making his sexy eyes at the camera. We watched that. My wife and I rewound that on TiVo because it's so damn funny.
I bet you did, just silently making out.
And actually singing in Espanol.
Yeah, the only one who actually sang in Spanish. I mean, you got all this Latin music, and he's the one who actually took at least mostly Spanish song. So it's kind of...
Yeah, he actually did. He did the way it was set up. But again, why would you force people into a niche that they don't want to go to? It's like, well, Johnny Cash, why don't now you sing a Broadway tune? It doesn't make... You wouldn't do this to anyone else.
No. And it's, if they become pop idols of some sort, they're going to have their own particular genre, and they just need to excel in that genre.
Other than Paul McCartney singing Honey Pie and pretending it was the 1930s, I don't know anyone else who cares about suddenly trying to get out there. Oh, honey pie, I'm in love but I'm crazy.
He's insane like that, because...
No, he's just insane. Go ahead.
When I'm 64, he did the same thing.
He's an idiot. He's the worst Beatle. And that includes Stu Sutcliffe. After he died.
Come on.
I still prefer dead Stu Sutcliffe than I do to Paul McCartney.
That guy couldn't play bass.
Mikey boy, could anybody beat the first girl? Is she going to win the whole thing?
Which are you talking about, to Melinda or Lakeisha?
I don't know, whatever, gap-tooth bitch I could like to call her.
You know what? Actually, I think...
I got Imus fired. I don't want to do that.
She was actually not very good last night. I think if you're going to have a surprise, you really sort of have the two diva women who are Melinda and Lakeisha. If you're going to lose one of them and it's a surprise, it could actually happen this week because neither one of them were actually all that strong, I thought. The Lakeisha did the Miami Sound Machine song, and it just, she just didn't sound that good at all. So it seems to go from week to week. So, I mean, I think she's the favorite to win, but I don't know. I think the guy who's going to get kicked off is probably going to be Phil Stacey this week.
Yeah, there's two more whites that are going to go before they get into anything else.
All right, Mikey boy. I don't know why you love this show so much.
Cheers.
All right, talk to you later.
See ya.
Peace. Hey, Doug. Doug, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hello.
Yes, Doug. How are you, sir?
Hey, how are you today?
Good.
Good. I'm just calling to see if Dave is there.
Yes, he is. He's right here.
Yeah, I'm here, Doug.
Dave, I am Casey's father.
Oh, nice to meet you, sir.
How are you today?
Great.
Hi, Mr. Casey.
Mr. Casey, yeah. No, my name is Doug, yeah. I won't give my last name.
Can I call you Mr. Doug at least? Or?
Well, is it official or what's going on there? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. I've proposed to your daughter, and she's accepted. I was going to run it maybe by you.
That'd be a good idea, huh?
Oh, yeah, sometimes these hours, two radio shows, I know I'm not making a lot of sense, Mr. Doug, but I do love her very much and will treat her very well. Can I have maybe a blessing or?
Oh, well, yeah, you could probably have one of those things. I'd like to meet you first. But,
okay.
Are you naturally a redhead?
I am, Mr.
You
Doug.
are?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
And how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
6'2".
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good size.
Yeah, and
I'm just thinking in terms of offspring.
Oh yeah, I have good genes. My parents are quite healthy, and I have a grandmother who's still alive. She's 94. Yeah.
They're from New Jersey as well?
My parents were originally my mom was originally from Riverdale, New York.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
All right, my mother was from Brooklyn, so.
Okay. Anything else? I can tell you this. We're really quite an item.
So I'm hearing.
Okay. I heard a lot about you. She says a lot of great things.
Oh, you really?
Yes. You have a very interesting business. I really admire it very well.
It's different.
Yeah, it's very cool.
You don't find many people doing that kind of thing.
No. Do you? Can I say what it is?
Sure, I don't care.
Mr. Doug, he makes robotic chairs that go up a staircase, like in Gremlins when the...
Hey, I don't mean to coach you here, brother, but stop calling him Mr. Doug.
Oh, no, it sounds too much like Mr. Bill.
Well, no.
Yeah, I would kill like my daughter's boyfriend who called me Mr. Ron. That was kind of crazy. But other than that, go ahead. You don't.
All right, call me Mr. Dad.
Am I? Oh, can I
talk about the robot chairs?
No, I'm trying to be respectful. And then, because I don't want to say Doug, I think. But can I call you sir, maybe?
No, you know what? You can call me Doug.
He wants you to call him Doug.
Okay. So, Doug, let me just say this. Me and Casey, we care about each other. And, sir, if I could have her hand in marriage and you could give me a blessing, I'd be the happiest gent in the Northeast. I know that didn't come out.
Well, you know what? That's fine. Certain people I know would say, "What's in it for me?" But yeah, as long as she's happy, that's all I care about.
Okay.
You know, if she thinks she's made the right decision, then I stand behind her 1,000,000,000%.
Oh, thank you.
I look forward to meeting you.
Thank you. I can't wait to meet you. So it's a go?
Yeah, I'll be up on. I'll actually be up that way next week.
Oh, I'd love to sit. You know what I'd like to do, sir, is maybe.
It would be probably better if she was around, though, don't you think?
Okay, yeah, that's.
She's coming up at the end of the month.
I think she'll be here next week as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm a little nervous right now, sir. But I'd like to take you to maybe Doug, to a diner, or maybe we can get a cup of Joe.
Absolutely.
Okay, a cup of Joe,
do that.
A hamburger, maybe.
By the way, I've listened to Ron and Fez all but twice.
Thank you.
And I'm a fan.
All right. Well, thanks, sir. I appreciate it very much.
Not a problem. I just thought I would see who we were dealing with here.
Doug?
Yeah.
Throw a blanket over your daughter's head and take her somewhere away.
Okay.
That's all I say.
He's joking, sir.
I know you want to support your daughter, but it's best to take off.
He's a jokester, Doug, and
is that right?
Yes, sir. He makes a lot of funny lines, and but really, we do have a wonderful bond, and we're going to be married for quite a long time, like forever. I mean,
that's usually why you do those kind of things.
Yeah, forever. So that's the plan. But I'll inform you more on our meeting over a nice hot cup of coffee on my thing.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks, Doug.
All right, my pleasure. Listen, enjoyed speaking with you.
Thanks, Dad.
Take care, Doug.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that may be the most uncomfortable radio I've ever even been around. I've been around some bad stuff. I've seriously been through some bad stuff.
I don't know how that came out.
I love the fact you hung yourself. You were the worst. Oh, yeah, you were terrible.
Why?
You brought up diners, coffee.
I was
we're going to be married
nervous.
for a long time.
At one point,
you could tell he loves his daughter, and you could tell that he is
right.
Wants to support her 100%.
I don't know what
even
to
when
say.
she's making a gigantic mistake in her life.
She isn't, and I've never been in this position. I was caught a little off guard. Thank you, Pepper. I could have.
So that was really him.
That was him. Yeah. I could have prepared a speech.
I see the thing from Casey. That was definitely him.
Yeah, I know it was him. I could feel it in my bones.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because there was no...
I had a thing totally prepared in my head for the next time I met him.
You didn't ever meet him?
No, I mean, for when I was
what
going
were you
to
gonna
meet
say to
him. I was going to, get down on a knee and say...
Why you don't get down on a knee to him?
For him?
No. Unless you're going to blow him, you idiot. Well, you never get down on your knees in front of another man. The Pope. If the Pope comes, get down on your knees.
Well, I would at least crouch. I would
Why?
get smaller.
Is he a midget?
No, but you're supposed to have some sort of deference to the future father.
You act like it's a fucking German Shepherd where you have to...
Oh, my God.
Well, he seemed like he's going to support her.
All right. I'm going to patch things up.
Well, he's coming up in a week.
All
Here's what I like. Wouldn't it be better if she was there?
Yeah. I think it would be.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I would have said no.
What was that going to mean? I mean, was that a bad thing that he said that?
Yeah. Like, it's going to be uncomfortable with
because he doesn't want to meet me by himself.
It seems like that's the apple of his eye, though. Like, she is his world.
Well, she's the apple of my too.
And that's what a guy likes to hear. No, but you do have to act like, look, you're not going to love me right away, but I'm going to prove myself.
Yeah, and I'm going to get to know him. And most people who meet me tend to like me.
No, not true.
Well, I mean,
you want me to show you my emails?
Yeah,
they're hideous.
Okay. Well, please don't show
How
that.
do you think he did, Fez? Scale 1 to 10.
Oh, 1, if that. At one point, you called him Dog.
No, that was stupid. Mr. Doug, I hate it. I had to step in for that. What'd you think, Earl?
I'm going to be generous. I'm going to say a 3.
Mr. Doug was, again, supposed to be done as a way to be nice.
Came off smart ass.
Where does he live?
Wasn't supposed to be smart. It was supposed to be respectful. North Carolina.
So not only she's leaving him down there, she probably sees her all the time, Sundays and all. So not only is he not going to have his little girl, she's going to be living on the other side of the country. Pitsy, sorry, pal. We had an announcement to make about you. We'll have to do it tomorrow.
Not a problem. I'm not going anywhere.
Maybe you are, from what I understand. That's the announcement. The announcement is, well, we should do it tomorrow. The thing is, have a bag. That's what I want to try to tell you.
Oh, boy.
Here's John. John, you're on Fez. Go ahead, John. Here's Bastard. You're on Fez.
Hey, Dave. Oh, man, I'm a huge fan of yours.
Yeah.
Except for one little problem. When he said that he supports his daughter 1 billion times over, or however he phrased it, that just made my heart sink when you ought to realize that you screwed up big time, because that's his little girl.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I don't understand. He said he gave me a blessing. I don't understand what happened. It was very nerve-wracking. I wish I had some
What he's
notes.
saying is he supports his daughter. He sounds like a great guy, runs his own business.
Right, I plan to
You bring that up like, oh, unusual business. Like you're nuts.
No, it was... I'm saying it's so unique that it's really...
You act like he's in the Addams Family.
I wasn't. I really find it unique. Those electric chairs that go upstairs... How do you get
into it? It's not a ride. It's a business.
I know,
There's a chance to make money for him.
I just wish I could have met him in person the first time, rather than on the phone. Oh.
Yeah, you fucked that one up.
All right, well, I will reconcile this. Trust me.
No, the first thing is everything. You're just going to be in a bad, uncomfortable place for a long time. You called him Mr. Doug.
Right, because I didn't know it.
What are you?
Mr. B. I can't call him by his last name.
But basically, it's like you're his nanny now. Oh, Mr. Doug.
All right. Casey's dad, I will make this up to you.
Here's the best way to handle him. You got to walk up to him and say, Doug.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley.
It's the Ron and Fez Show.